Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Saturday evening. Let's do a full screen. Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. Please like and share. Just going to wait for others to join us. Just going to wait for others. Please like and share as you come in, and let's come on in quick so we don't waste time. There we go. Let's come on in. Guys, if you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, and welcome once again. Let's get this story started because I know my people will be here wanting to know what's up with this story. So, let's get started. I hope you guys can hear me. And if you can hear the noise from outside, it's because it's very, very warm. I don't know where that song is from. Anyway, if you can hear noises outside, it's because I've got my window open. It's very, very warm outside. So, yeah. So, pardon that. With that being said, guys, let's get started. So, welcome back again. And I saw this news. Uncle Patrick already dropped me a comment. Uncle Patrick says, MO5, waiting be this. Oyinbo no they do DV except redneck. Now, so I say, Uncle Patrick, the more reason why I brought the story. I don't know if Uncle Patrick is here. The more reason why I decided to bring this story because I see interracial marriages and I get jealous. I have to be honest with you guys. I see interracial marriages and I get jealous. So coming across this story, I was like, hold on, what's going on? And when I saw the lady in question, she come across as the exact type. Hello, my beautiful sister Natsu. How are you? Welcome, my beautiful sister. How are you? Hola to you as well. So when I saw the image, obviously when I saw the story, I was like, what is going on? This cannot be true. Like I said, I see a lot of interracial relationships. And I was still having this conversation with one of my colleagues yesterday that I would rather my daughter bring home a white boy. However, that white boy, we must grill him. And I would rather my boys marry an African girl. So my colleagues were like, oh, what do you mean? I was like, come, I have seen how African men married to white girls. I have seen how they've been treated. I have seen first-hand experience of a black man married to a white girl. Now that black man will be the slave of the white girl. So hence why, like I said, I don't wish my sons to bring home a white girl. If they bring home a white girl, or more, we need to have family meeting. As for my girls, I'm happy for my girls to bring home a white boy. Because, like I said, I've seen in an interracial relationship, it's so beautiful. You know, you often find them, they are very successful. It's not as if maybe there's something about them, or maybe there's something they do differently. But I've just found that most of the interracial relationships that I've seen, especially when the woman is the black person, it's super beautiful. You know, they are successful in what they do. Things just go perfectly well for them. So when I now saw the story of this woman, I was like, what happened? And the kind of that black girl she is, she's the type that Oyinbo men they chop like Indomie. Like our dark skinned is the type that attract Oyinbo men. So when I saw the story, I was like, what the freaking hell is going on? So it happened that this young lady shared a story. I saw it on Instagram. And I was like, I really want to know more. So I decided to find the story of, whoever shared the story. So we're going to be reading it together, just as I found it. So I found that TikTok handle. I'm going to share my screen. And guys, I was watching a video today that was actually discussing something similar, and said that the exact behavior that this man committed towards this woman, that is known, that is just like how we have them as Black African men. That's how we have them as Oyinbo people. That now at Nigerian people, they rate Oyinbo men. But here, me, I'm just surprised though. If you ask me that, what have I got to say about this thing that happened to this lady? Obviously, I am team no to DV. But then, before we conclude, let me share my screen and let's read the story together. Guys, please like and share as a comment, and I really appreciate it. So I'm going to share my screen with you now because I found the page of the lady in question. I found that TikTok page. So let's get going to our TikTok page. So this is the TikTok page of the lady that shared the story. Let me find. So this is our page. Why is it not bringing out? Let me go back. Okay, yeah, that's the page. That's our page. So this is our page. Okay, her name is Edna Joseph 001. That's her page there. And she's got lots of videos. Okay, she's got loads of videos on her page. So let me scroll down to the one where she shared what actually happened to her. I may have to go back. So I don't want to play the music in that video. Maybe I'll just play a bit of music in the background. Let me play a bit of music in the background so that I can, blow out that music from our channel, from our page. Guys, please like as a comment. I really appreciate it. So that's our page there. Let's start from the beginning. So this is a page. She said you can see the lady and you can see the white man. The Oyinbo Bobo, he looks all right. He looks fine, handsome, right? And she captioned it, when I thought I married my soulmate. Just like we all thought as well. And then she continued, moved to the UK because of him. So I want to believe that she was in Africa. I don't know what part of Africa. I don't know if she's Nigerian or not. So she said, moved to the UK because of him. At least you're married to an Oyinbo man. If he's not staying in whatever African country that he met you from, if he marries you, as long as time goes on, you have to go and join him, right? Is that not how it's done? Yes. And then she continued, 2 months after moving here, he punchd me several times on my face. strangled me, my neck. I thought I was going to die. So you guys see there, the ABUSE started. So she has not actually said how long after she joined him in the UK, all the ABUS started. Hello, Toby and Tribe, welcome. Toby, I don't know. I mean, from her name, she sounds like from her name, she sounds like Nigeria to me, like maybe Edo lady or Benin lady, or she's called Edoho or something. So she continued that I thought I was going to die. See the Emmanuel, I see you guys. Please like and share this live stream as you come in. So let's continue. Names like BITCH, effing animal, fat. Okay, she's a Nigerian scammer because became my new name. So those are the names that the Oyinbo husband was allegedly calling her. Names like Biatch, effing animal, fat, Nigerian scammer became my new name. And like I said, look at her skin tone. It's exactly the same dark skin type that Oyinbo men often go for. Like if you are dark like this, if you are dark like a charcoal, trust me, if Oyinbo man see you for Nigeria, Oyinbo man will marry you tomorrow. Yes, they love women who are darker like charcoal skin. They love women with dark skin like that. So let's continue with her. So she continues saying, "Everyone knows I am not a nagging woman. I tried my best to make it work. Apologies, even if it wasn't my fault. He met all my family, but I never met his family." So when I read this part, I was like, I know a young couple who are getting married soon. The guy is a Scottish white guy, and the girl is a Nigerian baby girl. The kind of relationship, maybe because they met back home in Africa, I don't know. But the first day they start to call each other girlfriend, boyfriend like this, their families are involved. And this also reminds me of a close family who is married to a Scottish girl here in Glasgow. That's why I said I have observed what happened. I've seen what is happening in that close family's relationship. That's why I said that I would not want my son to marry a white girl. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. So this part of her saying that she never met any of his family, even when they arrived in the UK. What happened? Did he not have a family? Because I find that Oyinbo people know they hide their family when it comes to like all this lovely thing. When they are getting married, they don't hide their family. So what happened that it did not make you meet his family? I'm struggling to understand that part. Maybe those of you who are watching me will be able to know. Mr. Nato said number one red flag. Exactly. Number one red signboard. Yes. He brought you to the UK. He did not make you miss his family. Both of you are married, right? He married you. But he did not get to meet his family. Like how? So when I saw that part, that was where I felt like, what kind of Oyinbo guy be this one? And I tried to dig in to know the kind of Oyinbo. I don't think this guy is actually Oyinbo. And I'm thinking, could he be like those Eastern Europe men? Because the kind of the Oyinbo people that I know, when it comes to lovely black women, they don't joke with their black wives. So me coming across this story, like I said, guys, I'm confused. His Anata said, not all, you forgot Cora Obidi. That one American now. Abi Canadian. Like I said, sis, the Oyinbos that I've seen, like in Scotland that I've seen that are married to African women, they treat their women good. Like I said, guys, at some point there, Oyinbo man don't chase me for this Glasgow. Before I even get plenty children, Oyinbo man don't chase me well. And my husband like, better one down Oyinbo man. Tell her say you get husband. I've seen interracial relationships that I've seen even till tomorrow. I love interracial relationships. So when I saw this one, I was like, something is not right here. Something is not right. So, like Sanato said there, that this is a number one red signboard. He married you, brought you from Nigeria to the UK. He met all of your family, but you never met his family. Number one red sign. Does that, so me seeing that, maybe when I read that part, I was like, this is going to be a very, very crazy relationship. You don't know any of his family. Wow. Let's continue. And then she posted, telling me my hands look like a monkey. I'm too dark. So for the fact that I read that part as well, hardly would you ever see any white Oyinbo person who would tell you, say, the woman too dark. Like I said, in this Glasgow, I know Nigerian women, Edo Benin women who are married to Oyinbo. And if you see the Oyinbo and their blackie wife, they complement each other really well. It's like white and black. They complement each other really well. And they make beautiful babies. When I go to events, I meet them. A few of them I know and I see often. A few of them I don't see them. But when I go to their social media handles, they are doing absolutely fine. So she's saying that the man will tell her that she looks like, her hands look like a monkey. I'm too dark. His children are smarter than me. So I want to believe that this Oyinbo has children from previous relationship. His children are smarter than me, and I'm so dumb with no brain, was the new anthem in the house. So Toby, we will go and like I don't know how they met, but I'm on our Instagram page, so we're going to scroll through our Instagram page to figure out all of this. But according to her from the beginning, she said I had to move to Nigeria. I have to move to the UK because of him. So I would imagine they met in Nigeria. Well, it's not certain. It's not straightforward to assume that they met in Nigeria. Could they have met from a different Could they have met from a different country and she said to come to the UK? But let's keep watching, guys. So that was a new attempt, calling our names, racial slurs and all of that stuff. Slapped me again after a few months, and I lost my dad during this period, still grieving. I lost myself, had to move out, and he filed for divorce after 2 weeks of me moving out. I made the best decision. I'm more happier and better now. Physical, emotional, psychological, any type of ABUSE is non-negotiable. You guys know I already said that on this channel, and I'm super happy that seems to be the same for her as well. She continued, I will never live with an abusive partner. 34, no kids and divorce. I will build again from the scratch. Baby girl, you're still young. 34 is not the end of life. Lots has happened. We'll share this year. Just it for now. So let me go and find our page. Like I said, let me go to our page. So in the comment section, people were like, people are obviously saying sorry to her. I know this particular person. This person says, sorry you went through all that. No one should put up with DV. I'm glad you're safe away from that. And somebody here said, after you mentioned you divorced him, your skin started glowing. Happy for you, girl. Obviously, people are commending her for leaving. So and then she dropped a post saying, commented, I posted this because of people that keep asking about my husband. Officially divorced, new beginning for me. So she's already divorced the guy. But I really want to know where and how they met. Obviously, you will see the ones that will ask that, oh, we need to hear the side of the story of the man because apparently the woman could be lying. So I'm trying to find a video. I don't even know how they met. So this is our page on on our page on TikTok. So this is one of the videos she dropped of the guys trying to obviously assault her. So let's watch. Let's listen to that.
Why is that? What is the problem with the belly? What is the problem?
Oh, the guy is East European. So the guy is a East European. Like I said, this kind of behavior is not common among proper our Oyinbo in the UK. It's not. Even Scottish men here, they know how to treat their women well. Like I said, I've seen interracial relationships. So according to her, listen to this voice recording. Keep judging what you don't know. So I guess people were judging her that, oh, until we hear from the man, blah, 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 blah. But let's keep listening.
You always have my stomach. Every time I belly, why does this on my belly? Every day. My sister talk about my belly. Why not? Ask rubbish about how you. After you tell me how big belly. How will you tell me
So
how
what?
big?
What?
So what? As a
So what? So what? What about that? What? What about
How
it?
will you tell me how? Every
Yeah,
day
yes,
you must
because
remind
they
me how
see
big
it.
belly.
I don't say you have belly. I just say you have belly. I don't say it.
You too.
Because you're not
You have
that man.
belly.
What? The eyes are evil.
My eyes are evil.
So according to the comment here, she said, and is East European. I never mentioned he's British. So the guy is not a British guy. And somebody has said, very sad and annoying words. This is so bad. Seriously. It's well, sisterly. Sorry about everything, okay? And then obviously she's, because the volume in the video is not as clear, so she dropped a comment here saying, asking if I drink beer, that my belly is big and I got evil eyes after saying shit to me. You expect me to be happy after your bullying, abusive words? So that was what she was saying in the comment section there. But let's keep listening. The volume is not as great, so I'm going to keep quiet for us to listen to this part, okay?
Evil.
What do you mean by my eyes are evil?
Evil. This is a word in English. You're not saying this word. Not my language.
How will you say my eyes look evil? Just like that.
The same old people did. Just say. What? Why look at me? Please, with your evil eyes.
They're calling her evil.
Not loving eyes, not no.
This is not a case of scam. This is not a case of scam. It's a case of black woman married to an East European guy, and the guy started to, abusher, saying racial slurs at her. Like I said, I don't know what transpired between them, but this lady came out to share this story, saying that she never met his family. He started using racial slurs on her. At some point, physical abuse on her and stuff like that. So I'm just keeping quiet so we listen to this voice record. But according to her, in this voice record, the guy was pretty much cussing her out, saying she get big belly, she no fine, say her hand be like monkey hands and stuff like that. So this is not a case of scam, okay?
Oh,
You call me
why
evil every
yeah,
time.
well, why you look like that?
Why won't I look like that?
You hate me.
You are telling me I have big belly, dry,
It's Chinese.
right, my stomach.
I just wanted to hug you and you started talking shit to me. So I complained. Of course you started talking rubbish.
Guys, like the live stream,
What did
please.
I say? What did I say, guys?
Okay, you need to play voice recording, huh? To remember what you say. You drink there.
So that's part of the video there. Let's see if there's other ones.
Hello guys, good evening, and how are you guys doing? I'm just coming back from work now, so let me address something. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of messages saying, oh, why didn't you involve the police, why didn't you do this or that? But police, I just want to tell you that police are involved. Okay, severally police are involved. And
Happy weekend, my namesake. How are you, my beautiful sister? Welcome. So I don't think it was in Nigeria. I don't think they met in Nigeria. They must have met in another European country. I don't think they met in Nigeria because she has some sort of accent. So that accent does not look like somebody who they brought from Nigeria.
some organization, so everything is on record. I'm free, I'm safe. Okay, I'm in a better place at the moment. This thing happened, separation happened like last year, October 2024. Yeah. So don't worry, I'm fine, I'm good. Okay, and I've been seeing a lot of messages too from my family, from friends. I'm good, I'm doing well. And thank you so much for reaching out, for encouragement, for the messages, for the email, for the messages on Instagram as well, Facebook. I'll be saying it okay, but I can't reply. Everyone, that's the problem. But I'm saying it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot. And God bless you. Don't worry, everything is on record. Police are involved. And I'm safe. Okay?
So you guys heard her there. Let's find another
Hello, guys.
video of
Good
her.
evening, and how are you guys?
Because I don't understand.
Afternoon. I've been receiving a lot of messages in my inbox, in my email, and a lot. So let me make a quick video before going to work. So if you're going through domestic abuse, you should call the charity organization in the country you are. Both male and female have women refuges. Male, female refuges, female, women refuge, okay? Or call the police. Police will help you. Because I don't know what you're going through, and it's not easy, to be honest. Like, I can relate, it's not easy. It takes a long time for you to move out if you want to move out. And for my story, it's an old story, okay? That was this happened like 10 months ago. So I'm okay now, I'm fine, okay, for all the people sending messages. So please, if you're going through domestic abuse, go to the charity organization or call the police. And thank you. God bless you all.
So that's I really want to find a video of where this started from. Like, if she ever sat down to do any story. So people were like, you can tell by the way your eyes were. We don't need this side of the story. You were ABUSC, end of story. With him versus without him. Now, wow. Guys, I'm going to drop the link in the comment section soon, okay?
Disappointed, because of some comment here, Why will you say you have to see someone's side of the story first? So
that's African people
talk. Is it okay to hit someone? Is it okay to lay your hands on a woman or a man or anyone going through domestic? So are you justifying it?
Oh, Sas, can you send me the link to that story to my Instagram, please?
If something happened to me now, or probably I lost my life because of love or because I wanted to be called Mrs. You guys are the first people that'll be like, oh, why didn't she leave? Please, star, you'll be crying all over. But I'm still alive, sharing my story. You're still blaming me for that. I'll share my story whether you like it or not. Okay, it's because of few people that some other women or men are still enduring an abusive marriage or relationship because they're scared of what people will say. Like I keep saying, like and follow. Okay, I will drop videos. Okay, have a nice time.
There's a video I
I'm
want to
really
share
so
with you guys.
disappointed, because of some.
There's a video I want to share with you guys. I'm finding it, but let's see.
Because of him. Yes.
You start it again?
You want to pick me again?
Don't start it again.
It's because
Can you hear what he's calling her?
You heard me. Jesus Christ. You're a fucking animal, dude. Fucking animal.
you're so calling me.
Now listen. You're an animal.
Don't worry. Because of him. Yes.
You start it again?
You want to pick me again?
Don't start it again.
Hey everyone, I'm just coming back from work. I'm seeing a lot of comments, people saying,
Oyinbo they do this, so exactly.
Someone with his family, his dad, desperation. Oh my God. You people can judge. Oh my God. But I don't think all these things will get into me because I'm healed, I've separated since October 2024. So it has been like 8 months or so. So I don't think like your critics or something will get into me or not. Okay, I've outgrown that. I've been through more than this, okay? And the truth is that I must tell the truth, okay? Because I promise God I will do it. So I think that I'm not gonna do it, and you're not gonna stop me. And with my post yesterday, I've seen a lot of inbox, a lot of people are going through similar shit. But yeah, because of what people say, they're still there. Because of people like you, they criticize them. They can't come out of it. Please just be human, okay? And stop that. And you can share me because of my power.
So someone said, my sister, this is a growing problem. I recently saw an Europe-based African social worker begging African women about these Oyinbo men. She said the cases of kinds of ABUSC are alarming. There was a story that happened here in Scotland where a Scottish Scottish millionaire, unalive an African woman that he got married to. According to him, he alleged that the woman was having an affair. You unalive the girl. You unalive the woman. I think I did that story. If I find the story, I'll pop it on my community tab for those of you who want to watch it. That's when, for me, it's starting to kind of like come across to me like I said, I've seen lots of interracial marriages, and I've never heard of one where the story that this lady is sharing, I've never heard of it, where there's the issue of racial slurs and all of this. So I'm going to leave us to watch this one. And there's a video of a YouTuber that she did that actually took the words out of my mouth. Like the way she actually, assessed, the way she presented and analyzed the story of what actually I want to say, but I don't even have the words for it. But let's watch. And like I said, Osas, if you have the video to that social worker, please kindly send the link to me on Instagram so that we can all hear it together, okay? Thank you.
Or something to never get into me. And because I have nothing to lose, okay? You can call me whatsoever name you want.
Welcome everybody, please like.
I'm here. I'm strong. Okay.
Hello, Abby. Welcome.
Days in my life, so I don't think and his family doesn't live in the UK. Okay, he's not from the UK. I've seen some comments so
that would explain why she said that she never met any of his family. That would explain why she never met any of his family. So according to Anna, the guy's family, the guy is an Eastern European guy. So yes, Eastern European guy is just like marrying a Hausa man for Nigeria. That's how I'm going to say it. It's just like you marrying an Hausa man from Nigeria. Yeah. So that would explain why she said, or how she said she never met any of his family, but our own family have, I mean, he met his own family, but the guy, she never met any of the guy's family. So let's keep listening.
Oh, he's British. He's not a British, okay? His family doesn't live in the UK. He's the only one living in the UK. And I've met his family.
Hello, my beautiful sis. I see you there. I see you, Abby. Welcome.
I met them 101. And I don't want to talk much about this again, okay? Because I said I'm gonna like share it step by step, or bit by bit, or piece by piece.
Yes, Abby, someone was just mentioning that as well in the comment section. But I'm surprised.
I don't want to talk much now, okay?
I'm surprised because I believe Oyinbo people, they care for their wife a lot. And I just said in the beginning there that I would rather my daughters bring home a white man than an African man. Maybe an African man that was born and bred here, but I would rather want my girls to bring home a white man, and I would prefer my boys to bring home an African girl, because I have seen interracial relationship between an African woman, an African man, and is a white girl, and the man is pretty much a slave to their Oyinbo wife, and I wouldn't want my son to be a slave to anybody. I wouldn't. So let's keep listening to her.
Keep dropping what you want to drop, but the most important thing is that stop all this racist comment. Stop it.
To be
an abuser can come from anywhere, okay? Can come from any part of the world. It doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter your height, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't show.
Please like and share, guys. Okay?
Just pray that you don't meet someone like that, or any of your family member doesn't like encounter.
Yeah, the man at Mongo Park. I forgot that word actually.
Generation. And anybody can make a mistake in this life. Yeah, I've outgrown that. I'm healed, I'm better. Even when I was married to him, I was still.
Abby said, I don't think that's how it works, but I understand why you think so. Okay. Somebody was talking about a certain video that a UK or a social worker made about Africans getting married to Oyinbo people. I think I came across such video, but I didn't think anything of it. So if anybody has or come across that video, please kindly share it in my Instagrams. Share it with me. Okay. But then there's a video of another YouTuber who actually, analyze the story, which I'm going to be playing once we finish listening to this lady. All right, please like and share, guys.
I was working, okay? It's not that I'm jobless or hoping on him to give me money. I've been working. I'm trying for myself. And don't come here and be saying what you don't know. Don't judge. Stop judging. And thank you. Have a good night. And I don't have much to say for now, because I'll give it part by part. I will give you all the information. Just like, follow, okay? And good night. Right,
okay, we've listened to that part of the story. Abby, you are in. Unmute yourself and let's hear your views.
Good evening, everyone. I came late because I was taking a nap. I'm so tired.
Even me, I took a nap. That nap was needed.
Anyway, I wanted to say, sorry, I came in late, so I don't know the background.
So the background was that they met. We don't know where they met actually. So they met, and according to her, she moved to the UK because of him. So I want to believe they were probably in Eastern Europe somewhere together. So he came to the UK, and she came to the UK because of him. And then he started, every time racial slurs, abuse. She looks like a monkey. She no fine. She never met any of his family. He's met his family. So obviously abuse started back and forth. Racial slurs, abuse. He been in the Mongo Park ideally, and that was it. Obviously, she moved out 2 weeks after, and then the guy filed for divorce, and she filed for divorce, and she's out here sharing her story.
Okay, cool. So first things first, what I want to say is I think the prayer should be that children meet good people, period. Good people. Because we've also heard of these African women that are actually a pain to deal with. So whether sons are bringing white women or whatever, I think they should just be good people, and they should have the same values, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of times where I struggle with interracial relationships is just almost more like the core values sometimes. But that's a whole different thing. You meet people and people are willing to learn and all of that. So sometimes the cultural difference can also be an issue. But like I said, the only way, and I've seen this happen before, like in my family and stuff, the only way that I know for a fact I'm willing to be with someone of a different race or even different country period is if they're also willing to incorporate, and even me myself, if I'm willing to be incorporated in their own culture, that's the only way it can work, in my opinion. People need to be willing to learn and all of that stuff. But anyway, what I'm going to say is that there's an epidemic, and I think because of social media, there's a lot going on TikTok, particularly these days. There's so many 10-part series, 5-part series, 20-part series of how people have been married to an Oyinbo man, a white man, and this and that has happened. That's why I'm saying that it's become an epidemic. However, the one that is very recent, I would say last year, this year, is Nigerian girls, particularly from Nigeria, living in Nigeria, I should say, that have been married, side dating white men from Nigeria, as in they've not met before over a period of time, and then men go back to Nigeria, of course, get married civilly, and then they come back and obviously file for them and all. It's become so rampant to the point where Mom of Five, it seems as though these girls don't check for anything. All you're focused on is they are dating Oyinbo and they are leaving the country.
Yes.
I mean, who do we blame for that? The system is obviously pushing people to this level of desperation.
True.
But going to a point where these girls, in fact, there was one that trended heavily. I don't know if anyone's on TikTok and they saw this. There was one where the guy kind of even did not look okay.
Yeah, I think I said that. People said he was a criminal or something in Canada or wherever.
Exactly. When that fact, America, where they were even asking, are you aware that the crime that this guy went to prison recently, the crime that this guy committed was against a minor. He's not allowed to file for anybody. Are you aware? And of course, the girl wasn't aware. So chances are people from America are telling her, this man won't be able to file to bring you to the country. So you're just going to be a girl that is married to this man and just living in Nigeria. You're not going to gain anything from this marriage. The man did not seem to be present, while they were doing all of their ceremonies and all. There's so many stories. There's at least 5 or 6 in this year alone that have gone super viral, even on YouTube. There's a lot of girls on YouTube. What ends up happening is that they realize that they're actually getting married to low lives that have so many issues that has so many issues back home with previous women, and most likely cannot even get married to their own women anymore because they've almost been blacklisted. There's one that I saw from Ireland where there's no Facebook page that does not have something negative to say about him. So who's going to marry him when your whole country at this point seems like they're against you? And then what was his best bet? To go and pray on a black Nigerian woman somewhere in Nigeria. So I don't know what's going on. It's an epidemic, but what I'm going to say is that I think the prayer should just be, we meet good people, period. Whether white, whether black, that should just be the prayer.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abby. I'm going to share my screen with you now. There's a video I watched where she absolutely nailed the story, like the way she analyzed it. And I want us to listen, because this one, like the lady was just, going banging. So let me share my screen with you. And I'm going to put the copyright. I mean, no, is it copyright, whatever? I don't know what it's called, but yeah, let's listen to her. What she had to say about this story. It's from Ruby Jade Says. Yeah, it was how I was watching this morning.
And unfortunately, a lot of our sisters are finding out that interracial relationship, contrary to what they have been told, is not all it's cracked up to be. Here's another beautiful lady. According to her, she's 34 years old, who's now in the finding out stage of this interracial marriage farfo. So let me go ahead and share the story that she literally in bondage.
Oh, does this? I downloaded the video, but let's keep listening.
Man have now moved from frying pan into the fire. They've now moved from frying pan. What was the reason for marrying an Oyinbo? Was it not because you felt like your men were not good enough, your men were not respectful enough, your men did not treat women good, and then you go and marry an Oyinbo man, and then he will treat you exactly the same way that you were told your men treated you, or even worse, and some of them will stay Some of them will stay on top of all the things that those men do to them. Some of them will still stay.
True.
They'll be putting up with all the bitterness. They'll come on social media and be pretending to be in a happy, wholesome relationship. Whereas as soon as the cameras are off, it's a completely different life that they are living. It is every single person who has been in an interracial relationship who has spoken out after they ended, they all have the same story, similar stories of how the men that they married were only pretending before the cameras, pretending to be good. But once the cameras are off, it was all about name calling them derogatory names, like saying nasty, mean things to them.
That was exactly what this man was doing.
Put up with. Unfortunately for some of our sisters, because they believe that, okay, they don't want to be humiliated, they don't want to be embarrassed, they don't want a situation whereby they will go out and start saying, our relationship not work out too, and they don't want to be laughed at, they don't want to be mocked, and so they will just kind of like put up with this rubbish that they won't even put up with at the hands of a black man. All these for why? Why? We need to do better. There is a lot of low self-esteem. I've been saying this since time immemorial, and I'll continue to say it. All these Oyinbo that are running to Africa, running to the black community to go and marry black women, they are not marrying because of love. They are marrying because they want something. Some of them are not even into women. Some of them just look for, they're looking for a means to an end. They are looking for somebody who's going to be their retirement plan. And they know that people are very, very fascinated by the concept of biracial children. And then once they marry you and you've had the biracial children, they'll start doing all kinds of things to kick you out of the lives of your children. So that they can monetize your children.
I agree
they are
with
literally looking at you and seeing you as a retirement plan. That's all you're good for. A lot of them, even the ones that are not gay, even the ones that are into women, the only reason why they go for you is because their women will not touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Touch them. Exactly.
Their women know
I think
that. Their women
just
can
said
smell
that
them from a mile away.
Yeah.
Their women can smell their narcissism from a mile away. Their women can smell their bad behavior from a mile away. And that's the reason why their women want nothing to do with them.
True.
And so they'll go into the black communities, either in America or in the UK, wherever they are, or in Europe, to look for black women, or they'll just go go to Africa because their women want nothing to do with them.
True.
They want to control people. They want a slave. They have no respect for women. And those are the ones that are even into women. No, I'm not even talking about the ones that are not into women, who are too lazy to go and get a job, but instead they will cajole one unsuspecting
married to
girl
junkies
into getting pregnant and having children. Those children are going to be their workhorses for the rest of their life. Those children are going to be.
This girl, I think she should be thanking her stars that she's not even giving birth. She's not even had this guy's baby. Assuming she's had this guy baby, there's no way she would have escaped. Though she wouldn't have been able to escape this Eastern European guy at all. Hello, my beautiful honey babe. I just see on your face now. All the ladies have their wigs off.
Hello, sorry. Yeah, I just colored my hair. I cut my hair off. Hi, Abby. Sorry, I didn't know he was going to put me straight on live. Normally, you give me a chance. Anyway, I really agree with. Good evening. Hope you're good. I really agree with what the lady. I've listened to her before. I can't remember her name. And what Abby. There's a fetishization when it comes to men out of our culture. There is a fetishization, and I think they seem to have this mindset that, oh, if I now date out of my race, this fairy tale thing. Yes, and I know that my mum is married to a Caucasian, but I'm not going to go into that. We need to understand. I will say this, and I say this again. There's nothing better than a Nigerian man, because it makes no sense why we need to date out of our race. For me, for you to have this mindset that you want to date outside of your race, I believe there's some element, and we can agree to disagree, for self-hatred. I'm going to be very blunt, because there's this kind of movement, passport bros, you've heard about it, where a lot of men are now going to places like Africa and Asia in order to find submissive women or women they can dominate. This couple is a classic example where probably he couldn't get women in his own community to date him because of the narcissistic and the Mongol part behavior that she obviously articulated. And what does he do? He goes to Africa. He finds her. Because of her fetishization of, oh, he's Caucasian, and the fetishization of, I want to come to the West. That's the reason. You don't do your due diligence. And I do agree with what the narrator said, that the nonsense that we wouldn't tolerate from our own men, you will now tolerate it from someone that is Caucasian, for example, simply because they're Caucasian. And there's, it's sad. I personally believe there's nothing wrong with you dating outside your race, but I think it has to be carefully analyzed. My mum is married to someone that is Caucasian. So for people to say, I'm just trying to show my family dynamics, and I have no problem with that. But I think that I will always say the first choice should be people from our own community. I don't, because it's like-mindedness. Marriage is hard enough as it is. Now, I'm going to be honest, yeah, my mom doesn't listen to this show, so it's fine. They have loads of arguments in terms of cultural stuff, because he understands the Nigerian culture, but he still has his very British mentality. Now, my mom's been in this country for a long time and they're adapting. Now, they've been together for 5 years. They got married in May. But I'm trying to make you understand the realities that even dating, married and dating interracially, there's always going to be problems, because you're coming from not only from two different cultures, but two different mindsets. Marriage is hard enough as it is, two people becoming one, being brought up differently. Maura said a generational plus a cultural, racial difference. So I think people need to understand that and take that into consideration. I personally agree that a lot of our women, because they see a lot of these, there is this fetishization of having mixed race children. It's out there. I see it all the time. When my son was born, the very first one, he was very light skinned. Don't know why, because we were both Nigerian. I was born here. The dad was born in Nigeria. The first thing they said is his father Caucasian? I said no. But he's so pretty. Look at his light skin. There is a fetishization about being light, and it's really sad. And a fetishization in terms of having mixed race children. I don't know why. And it's very, very sad. And so you have women like this that have now decided, seeing people on social media and all. There's a lot of mixed race couples that are going on social media talking about their beautiful lives, and people want to emulate that type of thing. And so they decide, I'm going to marry. How will you be in Africa? You decide to marry someone that's East European. No disrespect, you know nothing of the culture outside of Africa. Her accent was so, I don't know whether I missed the beginning. I don't know whether she's Nigerian. Her accent, I struggled to even understand it myself. No disrespect.
I think she's Nigerian. Well, lived in Europe for a long time.
I struggled to even understand what she said, sis. So what I'm trying to say to you,
babe, Naira Marley accent.
I'm really sorry. I struggle. Just forgive me. But what I'm trying to say is that for me, it doesn't make sense why an Eastern European culture is completely different. Now, if you're born in the UK, hangs around East Europeans, probably dated a few, then fine, but you're coming from a different demographic. She's probably dated African men before. Why would you decide, because you want this ticket to Europe, you want this picture perfect that everyone's showing on social media, you want the mixed race, light-skinned children, that you now put yourself in danger? And I'm not trying to say that every Caucasian or anyone out of our culture is a Mongol part, but I say this and I say this again, men are men, regardless of race and color. What we should be thinking about, if you want to marry a man, whether he's Caucasian or not, do your due diligence. And I question anybody that has to go all the way to Africa or decides to date outside of his race, when his history should show you he's always been dating his own people. So I don't know what happened. Maybe he was dating Eastern European women before, and suddenly he wants a Nigerian sister. Wouldn't you question that?
Yes.
Wouldn't you question the fact that she never met his family? Red flag, red flag, red flag. Where's the red flags?
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of red flags that she saw, and we do this all the time. We talk about this, regardless of Nigerian to Nigerian, red flags again. So it's not even specific to just someone that is not Nigerian or black. It's us as women. We need to always see the red flags. And I think there was a lot of red flags. And absolutely. I say this again, and I've heard someone say it, there's many racist people that marry out of their race. Don't assume because you're married to a Caucasian that he likes you. Mm-hmm. We hear of it all the time where people will marry outside their race. But let's go to example of Caucasians, and you marry a black person or an African. The way they will insult you foolish. You understand? You understand? From top to toe. And you're thinking, but I'm married to you, I'm having kids for you, or I'm in the same bed as you. They don't like us. So don't assume because you're dating someone, there's that Love Island British one. You heard the story of that dating thing where the guy, exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that don't assume because you're dating someone outside your race, they actually like you. A lot of them, and I'm not saying all of them, they are very racist. So be very careful where you decide to date. I personally think our own community is better. But I know that's a different. Some people will argue would argue differently. I personally think like-minded people, we're from the same culture, we have the same aspirations, we have the same dreams, we have the same mindset. Why would you not marry someone that, is the, has the same vision and culture to you? But that's just me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Honey Babe. Thank you
No
for that.
problem.
Abby said, many Nigerian women feel that white men are more openly affectionate, communicative, and that's, to me, that's what I think as well. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of interracial relationship here in Glasgow, people that I even know, and they are cool. You see them, they're all lovey, and in most cases they are successful, like they have businesses and all of that. So in a way, I don't know. But anyway,
I agree with that. But the thing is, are you trying to tell me, and I always will big up the Nigerian men, even though I've had, I have an ex-husband who's Nigerian, but I say this again, there's great Black African Nigerian men out there. We're just not finding them. And what I'm trying to say, what makes you think there's not affectionate, loving Nigerian guys that can communicate and, cross all the T's and everything the same as Caucasian men? I know it's hard, but you can't tell me there's no great Nigerian men out there. I don't buy it.
There are. You just maybe we are just like I said, some of these women are just not
exactly.
So Abby said, in Nigeria, traditional gender roles can be very strong. Yes, men are often seen as providers and women as homemakers. Yes, some women feel Nigerian men expect submission without offering much emotion. You're right about obviously emotional partnership in return. Yeah. So right, let's quickly listen to Jade's video, and like I said, she actually took the words out of my mouth, and I was like, yeah, girl, you got it. Let's keep listening to her.
Milking and making money for them. When are our sisters going to learn? And I know that there are some of them who are aspiring to be in an interracial relationship. They might come across this video and they'll be like, that cannot happen to me. I'm sure this young lady did not think this can happen to her, but it is what they do. This is who they are. Call you all kinds of names. Insult you. Anyway, let me keep reading. So the article says, according to her, 2 months after moving,
don't start your day with a gross piece.
So I'm going to recommend while we wait for that. So obviously, Abby says that dating white men is sometimes associated with stability, financial stability, exposure to opportunities, and a lifestyle that might be harder to access in Nigeria due to economic challenges. This can be interpreted as better treatment, even when it's largely structural. Some Nigerian women feel even more seen or appreciated by white men who may admire their culture, beauty, and uniqueness, whereas within their own society they may feel taken for granted. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that. Sometimes it's actually just fetish. That is just fetish. Yeah, I agree with that. I've seen that as well. Colonial history and global media have shaped beauty standards and ideas of romance. Western ideas like public displays of affection, gift giving, or gentlemanly behavior are often portrayed as desirable, which reinforces the perception. Abby has written all the lines. Abby has written it for us. One thing I'm just glad is this. I know when I saw the story of this, I was like, no. Like I said, I've seen interracial relationship, and for me, like I said, the kind of partners I want my kids to bring home. Like just Abby said, I pray that they are good partners, and also like I said, they are often like successful. But then when it comes to this ABUSE, that's the one that caught my eye. Like they like, no, it's not possible. And this girl now, obviously, she's sharing her story, and people are like coming for her. We need to hear the side of the story of this guy. We need to hear the side of the story of this guy. And I'm like, what? Like what? I believe there are people who actually know this girl, because I see comment from, oh, we've been trying to get in contact with you. How have you been? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm just happy that she made it out alive. I'm going to share my screen with you now. There's a post from last year or the year before of a Scottish, like a rich Scottish guy who all alive is Kenyan wife. What did the woman do? Allegedly, he claimed that she was having an affair or something. So I don't know if you can see my screen here. This is the story. I think I covered the story last year, sometimes this year. A Scottish businessman facing life behind bars for unaliving his Kenyan wife. So if you Google this name, Walter Buchanan is a very rich entrepreneur in Glasgow. A very rich man. When I say rich, he's a very, very rich businessman. So his 66 was found guilty by a jury at High Court in Glasgow of unaliving Daria Buchanan, 37. And this Daria Buchanan, she was a single mom. She has a child from a previous relationship, at their upmarket flat near Hamilton Racecourse. I know that area really well. So according to the story, it says that the businessman is facing life sentence for the unaliving of his wife, Walter Buchanan. obviously Walter Buchanan attacked Daryl at their flat. He choked Daryl after she had earlier accused him of being a wife. So obviously the girl accused Walter of having an affair. So Walter is a chartered surveyor. He obviously denied unaliving the woman, but he was found guilty. Yes, he was found guilty at the court on Glasgow here, and he's going to be behind bars for how long? He has been on bail, but was remanded. Like they accused somebody because now white man, they accused you of unaliving somebody, and they were granted bail to be walking about. And all the time that the case was in court, the man was still doing whatever it is he was doing everywhere. So they met in 2015 while Buchanan was on holiday in Thailand. So they met in Thailand. They married 2 years later, and Buchanan was already a dad of 2. Daryl had a young son. Julius heard how Buchanan was besotted with his wife, and he had been out with friends in Botswell, South Lanarkshire the night before the killing. He pretty much unalived the woman, and he tried to claim that no, he did not. So yeah, Daryl was said to have been unhappy, and it was alleged she claimed he was happier with others rather than her. So Oyinbo, the man tell you say he was happy with other women, but you still stayed. You still stayed. Buchanan told the trial he got a text which read, "I guess you're having fun in Botswell without your wife." Cheater, obviously. He said she then again accused him of infidelity when he got home. In his evidence, Buchanan claimed she lunged at him before he connected with Daryl, grabbed her hair. He practically choked her to death. That was what happened there. So for me, I am happy that this lady came out alive to tell her story. I'm going to take a couple of guys, the links in the comment section. We are still taking calls. We're still here. I found a video. I think somebody was it Osas? I found a video, but this lady was actually referring the video to the Kenyans, saying that the Kenyans should stop marrying white men. Let me find that video again. I think I already have it. I saw it on TikTok earlier on. So I just came across that video, but like I said, I found it earlier on, but I didn't take it of it. But let's listen to what she had to say. It says a woman warns Kenyan women against marrying white men, says most struggle with mental health issues.
Africa, especially from Kenya and Burundi. This video is for you. I'm on my knees. I'm a social worker. My name is Becky. I live in Sweden. I work a lot with families from Africa. Video that was Please, I'm on my knees begging. Most of these European men you are getting married to, they are not normal. They have some mental issues. Nobody will stand there for you. The abused, they have to tell us every day. It's horrible. You don't need to go through that. That is not a way to escape poverty. That's not the way. That is not a gateway to enrich yourself. Stop it. Mozungu, or you call it what? You're getting married to European men with underlying issues that are beating you. They're destroying your body. They're doing all kinds of horrible things to you that they cannot do it to their white women. Exactly. No journalist will stand there for you. No law enforcement officer will give you justice. No court will give you justice. No social worker will take sides with you. Instead, they will take advantage of you. They are removing your children. The so-called partner is beating you. They're doing all kinds of things with your body. We need to stop. We cannot go so low. We need to stop this thing. The complaints are so enormous. So many complaints. I feel sad what my African sisters are going through in the hands of European men. Kenyan sisters.
I hope you are listening.
If there's an NGO, try to talk to them. Talk to the young girls in Kenya. Talk to the women in Kenya, in Burundi, that they should be careful. They should be careful getting married to these European men. They call whether it's Muzungu or what. Most often, 80% of the time, it doesn't end up well. And if you see the way they treat our women, oh Lord, you will not believe. It's horrible. It's horrible. The complaints are so many. There are so many. They don't love us. Please, I'm on my knees. There's little we can do. I cannot count how many of them are in women's shelter, beaten by these men. I cannot count how many of these our mixed children that have been taken, abused, violated, used for all kinds of purposes. They don't even value the children you're having with them. So please, you need to be very careful. My beautiful sisters from East Africa.
We all heard that. Yeah. So obviously she was addressing Kenyan people, but we are all black. Kenyans are black as well. So if you are African, I'll open your ears to listen to this. Okay. So let's just go watch the last part of Ruby's video that I wanted us to listen to. Not a lot, but yes, and I'll take a couple of more calls as well. And then, like I said, this lady, she's still forthcoming with her video. I mean, with our story. Hopefully, she will share more. But let's listen to Osas now.
Still ahead of you. Thank your lucky stars that you did not have do the mistake of having children. Yeah, children are a blessing, but when you have children by the wrong person, it becomes a curse.
Exactly.
When you have children by the wrong person, by an evil person, it no longer is a blessing, it is a curse. Because that person is not only going to make your life a living hell on account of those children, that person is going to weaponize those children against you, and that person is going to like groom those children. You'll be lucky if they don't turn those children against you. So yeah, when you have children by the right partner, yeah, it is a blessing. But when you have children by the wrong partner, it is not a blessing. It is a curse. Because every single day of your life is a day that you regret, especially if you really, if you marry or you have children with a narcissist final boss, they will keep late nights. They will have sleepless nights, thinking about ways they want to destroy your life, thinking about ways that they are going to make your life a living hell on account of your children. Is what they will stay up late in the night, devising, cooking up new ways to destroy your life, to make your life a living hell. If it is just as it is now, you're lucky there are no children involved. You can just pack up your things and go and find somebody, make sure that you find the right partner this time. There is no attachment, nothing attaching you to this person. But imagine if you had children with somebody like this. Imagine if you have children with somebody like this. Imagine how he will make your life a living hell. Those children will become a weapon that he uses against you. So all in all, our sisters need to be smart. Our sisters need to stop romanticizing, thinking, oh, my life would be so much better if I marry an Oyinbo man. It's a lie, yo. Just think that you marry
it's a lie, yo. You got it.
Because you see the heartbreak, the heartache that you think you're running away from by running away from men who are like you, your own men. You marry Oyinbo, you will get times 3 of that. Because when they hate you, when they dislike you, they really do. They really put in all efforts to show how much they dislike you, how much they hate you. So hopefully these are the kind of stories that I like talking about, because our sisters, they need to learn, they need to know that marrying an Oyinbo man is not going to guarantee you happiness. So
exactly.
Okay? Find happiness where you find happiness. If you find happiness with a black man, fine.
Exactly.
Okay? But stop specifically going after Oyinbo, only searching for Oyinbo men to marry. Because you are setting yourself up for failure. A lot of them they can't even talk.
Exactly.
They're too embarrassed to even share because they know what they put outside. They know the expectation. Some of them are too embarrassed to even actually share what is really going on in their marriage.
True.
Because they know how they painted a narrative that was not realistic. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment. Like and share. I'll catch you later. Bye.
So I hope you guys heard all of that. How do I go and stop it now? So you guys heard that Jade just took the words out of my mouth. Like I said, me, I'm of the opinion that was my thoughts. That our black women, when they marry to Oyinbo, they are more successful and all of that. But with the way it is now, my eyes don't open. So, like I said, just like Oyinbo also said that come with their the best choice will always be African men. African men. It is not all African men that are Mongo packs. We have seen stories of African men who adore their wives, who treat their wives better. Like they don't freaking joke with their wives. There's this young couple that I watch on TikTok and YouTube as well. I think they are called the Phoenix family. You see the kind of love those two couples share.
Oh, I love them. They're Zimbabwean.
I am always, before I go to bed, I am on their page on Instagram.
Are they Zimbabwean or Ugandan? Zimbabwean, I think.
I think they are Zimbabwean.
Or Zambia.
I think I've watched them a couple of times.
If I enter Instagram, there is a videos I watch, and then I scroll till I fall asleep. There are African men like that can give
I said it, Mama Five. There are African men, i.e. Nigerian men, that will show you love. I keep saying that we can't just generalize all African and Nigerian men. Even Caucasians, I'm going to do a disclaimer. Not every Caucasian is like that, but it's not even about color. Any relationship you want to get into, shine your eyes. Exactly. There's many, I'm gonna do a caveat, there's many, we have stories on Auntie B, everything about Nigerian men and the madness that us women are going through, having kids for them, and the madness and the hatred. So it's not just specific to just Caucasian, but obviously we're talking about Caucasian men in this topic. I get what you're saying, but I think it's a lesson for anybody, any relationship, regardless, whether it's Nigerian, African, Caucasian, Italian, whatever, Arab, shine your eyes. And there's always red flags. This woman, there was red flags. There's always red flags, but unfortunately our ladies, because based on emotion, I get it, they ignore the red flags. So I think the most important thing is that tread carefully, be very, very careful. And I think the solution for me is marry your Nigerian men. There's a better probability that it will work out well.
You're right, my baby sister. You're right. Like I said, obviously you've nailed it there. And like I was saying about these two couples, that they're African men out there. You just need to be in the right environment. You just need to know actually what you want. Because just like they said that this lady should be lucky that she did not even give birth to that man, that she's not had his baby. If she had had his baby or more, she's on the long thing. There's a story I'm going to be bringing to you guys later. It's about a Nigerian guy who happens to be a nurse, came into the UK, and his Oyinbo wife is the genesis of him about to spend 7 years in UK prison now because she lied on him. I don't know if I want to do that as a sit-down video or as a live stream, but that story is a Nigerian guy, and when I read the story, my heart broke for him. My heart broke for him. So we just have to be very, very careful. Like I said, you know that there are red flags there. You met all of his family, but you never met all of his. Who knows? Maybe he's not a ghost walking from somewhere that are relocated to another country. Who knows if it's not Akudaya? Like African people will say, person will don't die for Nigeria. Person will die for Ogun State. You can't see her for Abuja. Who knows if it's not a roaming spirit? So you're confident moving about with such person. Like I don't know. And just like this, you saw that Abby shared earlier on, there was a time where that story was freaking raining, where this lady was married to this guy, not knowing that he had committed an offense against a minor. And knowing that this guy cannot file for you, and you at some point, I'm sure I saw one of our videos say that she doesn't care. Now my old and you were looking. I saw the guy looked sick. The guy looked sick. They were telling the guy that they were even sharing evidence of the crime he committed against a minor, the jail time that he's been to. And this guy now comes to Nigeria. He's now your Odogu because you got my I see if I find that again, because he bought her
iPhone.
Can you imagine?
But you know what, Mama 5, I have to ask the question only because I missed the beginning of your show. Did she say, when she was talking about what happened, did she bother to find out anything about this guy? I know the family wasn't there when
no, did she not mention about how they dated? No, she just said, I moved to UK because of him. That was it. I've been in the same country, dated, and then maybe got married, and then he moved to the UK. And according to her story, she moved to the UK because of him. And that was in 2 weeks later. They started, bad boss.
Yeah. Wow.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
someone mentioned Cora, and that one is an example on its own. Obviously, Abby knows Cora, Mama 5, and you see, and that is a classic example of, and I know she, because I think, to me, she married him for papers for the US, and you see what she's going through even now, because he's now using those children to weaponize them against her, which is what the sorry, I can't remember the name of the YouTube lady that you played just now, is what she's talking about. So this is what happens. You don't want our own men. You now fortunately meet a Mongol Park, and he's dealing with you, and because she's got kids, 2 kids, the guy is dealing with her every time, and it's all over social media. So that's a lesson for all of us. Exactly. Stick to your own. Personally, I will always say stick to your own, please.
Exactly. I always say to the people that come, I can never marry a white person. Because I just don't. There's this part of the fact that why. Well, for me, the thing is that obviously the thing that they don't when we African, when we give back to male children, we always do circumcision. They don't, and for me, I can't. And this idea of bathing with perfume, some of them they know they shower well. Even if you meet the rich and educated one, they know they like to bath. This is me just saying my own. That's why I'm like, no.
405.
I'll be your joker.
I'm happy to say something. They know they bath. Now links body spray.
Wow.
So, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
I'm not
You know the funny thing, Mama 5, I shared a room. I went to Goldsmith in London, and I shared a room with a Caucasian lady. I don't want to say no. All I know is that I never saw her shower, and within 3 weeks, I had to ask. I said I can't live with her. I remember speaking to the hall of residence manager, and I said I can't share with her. She stank. This is when I was 18, 19. You live in hall of residence in your first year of uni. And I still remember it. And I know we're not generalizing, but in my situation, living with her, you share in your when you first do your first year of uni. She stank. She never showered. She was spraying. And it got so bad, I was like, I can't live with her. So after a couple of weeks, I had to get my own room, but it was really, really bad. So what Mama 5 is saying is actually true.
No, I'm not saying that. Oh no, Lynx. You wonder why Lynx is so expensive. You wonder how perfume is so expensive as well. Like I cannot there. Why? That's just my own. Okay, that's just my own. Abby, yes.
I want to say Lynx is £1 in I don't know.
It should not be that expensive though.
£1. I don't know how much Lynx is these days, but hey,
the bottle's like almost £2.70 something. I don't use it anyway.
On a very serious note, but this is what we're saying about personal preference and just knowing people. Because I've met a lot of white people that are clean, immaculate, especially like men. Can't speak for women. But again, like I said, when I've met like a white man that's dated black women before, their hygiene changes, right? So I guess there's that as well. I don't know. Like I said, my preference always gets to be Nigerian men, so I can't say all of this. But obviously,
my preference is African men as well. Like it has to be African men. You wonder why there was a clip I saw of a lady saying why African women, Americans or Oyinbo were always after African after Nigerian men. I'll find that video. But I just want to quickly give a shout out to those of you who have just joined us. I see you all in the comment section. You're welcome. I am not ignoring you. And if you look at the image on my screen here, I just want to give a shout out to my beautiful sister.
Thank you.
Go find her on YouTube and follow and subscribe. Like I've been stuck on that channel since morning. Before I
Are you serious?
Go and follow her. These are my die-hard. These are my ride or die people, guys. Please. Go check out the review.
Thank you, guys. I need to do more videos.
Yes, get your ass and bring those cameras.
I will do. I've got a new computer. I'll do some videos this week. Thank you, guys.
Go find that.
Thanks,
channel
Mama 5.
So I'm also sharing out. Obviously, these are all my big people. Okay, and also I want to give a shout out to another.
Mama 5, don't share me. Oh, thank you very much.
Why, Abby? Share now.
She knows why. Not today.
Okay. Thanks for putting the channel up, Abby. Thanks.
And if you want to smell nice like me, go check out Qualisa.inc. Like everything perfume oil. I've got my own stash in my wardrobe there. I've run out of space, guys. I've run out of space to store my perfumes and my everything. I've run out of space. They're in the corner there. If I show you where I stack my perfumes, they're up there. Let me take my stuff out there. That's where I hang my coat. So the corner there, that's where all of my perfumes. I've got 3-4 houses. It's full. I need more space. But then, with that being said, I won't stop buying perfume. So if you're looking for exclusive perfume oils that smells absolutely banging, that people will be asking you, what are you smelling? They'll think you are wearing £350 perfume, but the thing is that you are wearing a dupe perfume oil. So go check out Qualisa.inc and she will get you guys sorted. So with that being said, what was I going to do again? What was I going to do? I can't remember what I was going to do it again. I was going to read more comments as well. And also, I see people here. Please like and share. Please go check out that channel. Like I said, the link's in the comment section. I'll put it on the screen here. Go find her, the blueprint rebuild. Go find her. And also, guys, I think you guys should keep watching. I want to go find a video of where there was a guy was out here there asking, like, obviously white people, why do they follow African men? Like, why do they date African men? So let me go find that video. But in the meantime, guys, I don't know how big you want to take the floor and let me find that video on Instagram really quick.
What do you want me to say? You should have told Honey Babe. Honey Babe is a better co-host.
Honey Babe is sitting in the house. Either of you should take the floor. And don't
run away. Sorry, I was talking to my mom. My mom just called me. What was you saying? What was the question?
I want somebody to take the floor for about 5 minutes.
Talk for...
Abby, you do, please. You start, please.
Yeah, I found the video now. Let me quickly download it.
Why? Give me 3 reasons why your preference is a Nigerian man.
I think for me, I just think that personally, my culture, my heritage, my parents are Nigerian, and it makes sense to marry So like for like,
Or
that's just my personal opinion. And I still believe that Nigerian men are still the best men out there. There's great Nigerian men out there. You know, the fact that I didn't have the best relationship with my ex-husband still doesn't mean that there's not great men out there. And if I do decide to get remarried again, I will always look or want to be remarried again to a Nigerian man. I think they're great men. They are very industrious, you know, our Nigerian people, our mindset, you know, and respectful, our culture. I just love everything about it. So I will always pick up Nigerian men any day, anytime.
Okay, I have 2 other questions for you. Next question.
You won't finish me, okay?
Do you think that you can find yourself in a position where you may just fall in love with a white man?
Or Mum did. So yeah, I have dated a Caucasian man. This is when I was about 18 or 19. It was interesting. That's what I'm going to say. It was interesting. I'm open to possibilities. Like I said, I'm always saying this, and I think Auntie B says it, and I know Mama Five has heard her say it. Marry in your environment. We're living in the UK. We're living in London. There's a lot of diversity, a lot of different cultures. So there could be a case where, yeah, I could meet someone as friends, whether at work, whether in my business, and he may not be Nigerian or even black. I'm open to that possibility, but I still stand on what I said. I would prefer Nigerian men. Now, if love shacks me and I end up with, for instance, an Asian man, so be it. But I would, yeah.
As a mom, do you have a preference for your kids, or would you just?
No, I don't, because number one, my mum is married to a white man, and my brother is engaged to an African American. So there's a lot of diversity in this family. So if my son came to me with a Caucasian woman, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think the most important thing is that if there's any red flags, he needs to, you know, do whatever he needs to do. And the most important thing is courtship. They need to be on the same page in terms of where they want to go. They have to have the same desires. And because there's cultural differences, they need to both be open to knowing each other's cultures and being, yeah. I think that's, and also character as well. I'm looking at Toby's tribe, so she's helping me with all the things to say.
Exactly. I left that there because I wanted you to speak about that. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, everything that Toby and Tribe said is very, very important. And definitely in terms of my brother that is, is British and his fiance is African American, they have to amalgamate the different cultural differences and deal with that. Regards to my mum and her white husband, they are having to deal with the fact there are cultural differences, but for them, they are willing to work on it. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Is that all the questions?
Yeah, that's all the questions, honey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abby.
I can't believe you put me on the spot. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, for me, I've actually learned, because when I started this live stream in the beginning, I was like, I'd rather my girls bring home a white boy, and I'd rather my boys bring home an African girl. But obviously, with what has been shared, especially this thing that Toby has said, I'm going to be looking at that. Obviously, my daughter is an African British or African Scottish, if you want to call it that way. She's an ethnic girl, so our culture is going to be different to that. Obviously, she actually has a white boyfriend. She has a Scottish boyfriend. So I'm going to be keeping an eye to make sure that they both understand that culture, and there's a need for them to understand and respect that culture.
Each other's cultures,
I'm super glad that Toby actually put that there, and I'm going to be making sure that this is part of the things I'm going to be obviously ensuring that exists in my daughter's relationship, because at this time, you don't even know when you're going to be prepared for losing your children bringing home who they are dating, and this is just the first of them. This is the first of them that is bringing somebody home as, okay, I'm dating this person. So I've learned something, and yes, I'm going to be holding that very, very important in my house.
Did you see Toby and Tribe's previous comments where she said a lot of Caucasians, when they're ready to leave, they walk away and
they just walk away? Yes.
That's very true. I mean, it's very true. I've had friends of mine. I've had friends of mine that dated that I've known since uni, and they've said to me the guy just walked out and that was it. I hear a lot of stories, but I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be balanced. There's been situations where it's been African brothers that have done the same thing, so I'm trying to keep it balanced.
African brothers will not just go. Especially if you have children with them, they will make you see shege. If you have kids, African brother.
Yeah. But what I'm saying in terms of what I'm saying, Mother Five, in terms of mindset, they may They may take their time, but they might, you know, when you make a decision, the marriage is over and there's nothing you can say. There's no intervention. There's no third party. There's no family meeting. I've known of friends of mine where they've married an African or Nigerian man, and the guy said, "Which family meeting? I'm done, mate."
Done. Wow.
And he said, "I'm done," and that's been it. So that's so there are situations, I know it's far and in between, but I've known situations where the guy said, "I am done," and he has walked off, and there's no mediation, there's no family meeting, there's no elder, he's not interested, and he's gone. So I'm trying to be balanced and to say that let's not generalize, because I am very much about let's not be bashing each other in terms of Caucasian. Let's keep it balanced. There's a lot of negativity in terms of marriage, even in our community. So let's just keep it balanced. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Onibib. So Sunday said, these days you're allowed to go with any race without people being opposed. You're right. Find your happiness in life. The prayer is that you want to find a good partner, regardless of their race or whatever. Make sure that you are putting across. Obviously, you're from different races, understand each other very well. Respect my race, and I'll respect your race. Respect my culture, I'll respect my culture. But if those agreements are not being met, or more, not have business together. Toby and Tribe says, same here, Nigerian or African. Okay, that's fine. Yes, Sunday said, Diamond 5, I am Abiamoto. Oh, thank you. Obviously, I dropped a video of my experience earlier on. There's going to be an update on that video. I heard back from the NMC this week. I heard back, but I'm going to sit down and do a sit-down video as to what I heard back from what they said, their decision, and how to go forward. So I'm going to be bringing that as a sit-down video. I was at work yesterday when I saw the email, and gosh, I was like, I had to go speak to my manager straight away. But yes, there's going to be a video to give you guys the updates, and obviously that will be the end of that story part of my life in regards to that. So yeah, thanks so much to those of you who have watched. I've seen lots of encouraging comments in the comment section, and I've seen comment from some people who just want to be unfortunate. That was a comment I dropped on a post on Instagram, and within an hour that comment had about 1,000 likes.
I will watch it. I've been out Mama 5, so I'll make sure that I watch it.
What topic?
I shared the story of how the social services, got involved with my son and all of that stuff. I had to report.
You shared it on Instagram?
No, it's
on YouTube. Yeah.
5 minutes.
I'll watch it. It happened to me as well. I think I've told you about it, Mama 5. Remember when we spoke about it? Yeah, people seem to understand that you need to be very careful. Mama said it in the UK, and I think we need to understand that there's a cultural difference in the way that you deal with children, and it can happen to anybody. It's not, it wouldn't have happened to me. Whoa.
Exactly.
It can happen to anybody. You can do the wrong thing, and next thing you know, they've escalated it to the school, and next thing you know, they're coming to your house, opening your door. It can happen to anybody. So when people try to act snobbish, it won't happen to me. Okay then.
Yeah.
I want to suggest something, please.
Yeah. Sure.
I think that we need to have like a round top table kind of discussion on this. Not me.
Yeah.
Those that live abroad.
I am available.
Balance between America and the UK or whatever countries where we can find situation, because I saw a post actually about how they're changing the laws a little bit as well. Because remember, Mama 5 even said you're not even allowed to touch at all.
You can't touch. No physical contact.
You can't touch.
She has children that could get in altercations, so you can't even separate their fight. I don't know, because there has to be a balance. What kind of gentle parenting are our parents going to start?
It's making it difficult, Abby, because the problem is a lot of these children know what's up. They know you can't touch them. I have a 13-year-old. Yeah, even right now, I'm going through shiggy, as in I've had to get the dad involved because we're having, it's not altercations, but he's giving me attitude. Okay, let me call your father. Because I can't touch him. Yeah, and I have to be very careful, you have to be very aware. So
my 21-year-old is starting to give me an attitude as well.
Can you imagine?
She's totally falling out with her dad.
Biggest babe. Hey, I know that. I've actually had that phase with my mom. But obviously, I grew up in Nigeria.
My mom was like, I wanted to give her. I'm like,
you can't. Yeah. Even me, Mama 5. I'm like, if I give you one dirty, I have to hold my. Don't try it. I have to go upstairs. Let me watch YouTube. Let me watch Mama 5 to cool myself down. I'm telling you, because people need to understand. Yeah, it's like these kids can provoke you. And I'm gonna be real here. You really have to have emotional intelligence. Everything that Mama Five said, you have to have emotional intelligence to hold yourself back. Because you don't want to, like you said, you don't want police knocking on your door, social services, because in a moment of madness you retaliated because they triggered you. It's not worth it. So I think definitely Mama Five, I think, should lead that. We need to have a discussion about how you parent in the UK in 2025. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Yeah, we need to make that happen, and I'm open for that. If anybody's going to set that up, I'm open for that. Like, you know what? Actually, before my husband is in Nigeria right now. A day before he was to travel, she actually provoked him to an extent that he actually had to come out of the house to call me. I have to leave work to answer that call. It was like I felt like giving out. I was like, don't try it on me. Like I can't explain anything to the police. Because don't.
Yeah.
It was like she told me that what I just told her does not make sense.
And the thing is, Mama Five, in a moment, just in the same way we talk about DV, that just in that moment, that's why they always say, if you're having altercation, get out of the house, step out of the relationship, step out of the situation, because in a moment of madness, something will trigger you, and you don't want to be in a situation where you do something and it can never be undone. You know what I mean? It's coded what I'm saying, but you get me. It's YouTube, so I don't want to say too much. Yeah, and the same way when it comes to these kids, you don't want them to allow you to trigger you. And you made the biggest mistake of your life. And, you know, whether it's police, social services, them taking your child, it's not worth it. So I think we find a way. How do we bring up these children where we know we cannot chastise them? Exactly. It's a really hard question.
Exactly. You know, I had to come and I was like, why? We are not allowed phones, but me, I always do strong head. I told her, come, I get 5 children. I'm sorry, there's no way I'm going to come into work and not have my phone on me. God forbid.
Yeah.
It's me that this get the first call. So I have to go and we're like, you know what, you need to speak to your daughter. And I'm like, calm down. Like when I heard exactly what happened, I was like, come on. It's not the type, like, see, he's very, very cool with them.
Yeah.
Raise his voice at them.
Yeah.
To the extent that the extent of coolness he is with them, he will tell them to do something. They will just be thinking that maybe their dad is joking. He will now tell me, he will not speak to me Yoruba that come, see, I want more emotion better. Now me, it is me that will not come and open my eyes. Now I can't be raising my voice like, your daddy told you to do this. You don't, before I open my eyes.
Open and close your eyes.
That's the way you see all of them.
Exactly, scattering.
Do what their dad has tell them.
Yeah. But I will say, sorry, Mama, if I can interrupt you. I'm just wanted to say this as a caveat. In the same way that obviously, you know, it's not nice to have social services in your business. I'm going to give a caveat. Even though I had something similar to Mama Five, I will always respect the process, because there are parents out there that are doing unspeakable things to their children. And that's the whole point of having the structure of social services. So I'm willing to go through what I went through, in order for them to know that, you know what, you've been accused of this and there's due process. I know it's not for everybody, but it's a broken system. But I believe hopefully I'm able to redeem myself, that, you know, whatever they've accused me of, I'm able to, you know, assert my innocence. I believe that there should always be a system where the child is the most important thing. So if me as a parent is accused unjustly, then so be it. Because the ultimate thing is that the child is the most important thing. So in the UK, as you know, Mama Five, the school, all the authorities are legally obligated that if they see anything out of place, they have to report it. So if someone sees me shouting on my child, if they call social services and they come to investigate me, so be it. I'm glad that person has called social services, because the child is the most important thing. So us as African people need to not personalize it and understand that in the UK, the child is the most important thing. And yes, you're going to be accused unjustly. And yes, the children will use it as a power. But let them do the right thing, because at the end of the day, I know, and I've heard of horror stories of terrible people that are around children and what they do to them. So I think we need to respect the process.
Yes, for me, I absolutely respect the process. Like I said, in fact, because that video was too long, even when he came back home shortly afterwards, anytime he does something, even when the house chores that he was supposed to do, he will no longer do it. And I was like, Mr. Man, please. And me, I was like, no, Mr. Man, I don't want problem with you and your social worker. Please, the dishes that is not to wash dishes, go and wash your dishes. I don't want wahala. That's how I don't
want wahala. That's what I say as well. I say this too, yeah, I say it as well.
Like, go and watch it. I don't want to shout. And then anytime he go, like 2 days after, he had another altercation again with the same sister again. And me, I quickly took the phone. It was like, before I even say, it was like, I'm just going to take my bag and leave the house anyway. I'm going to call the social worker. And I'm like, hold on, before you call him, I've already texted him. Oh yeah, Adam.
I hear you.
The text is still on my phone. I said, Adam, see, he has started again. He got to a state whereby I had to say to my older girls that come, if you are ever in any altercation with him and he gets physical, call the police.
Call the police, yeah. I agree with that.
Me for giving them. So I was like, what do you want me to do? I can't chastise him. I can't even talk to him. So now if I want to go and fight again, it will now be on top of my head and NMC will strike me off the register. I don't want
because you touched him. Yeah, it's not worth it. I agree with you.
I told them that come, if at any time I'm not home, he has an altercation, yourself away from it if you can.
Yeah.
But if you're not able to, or he goes physical with you, just call the police. And my husband was mad, like, how can you be giving them such advice? But I'm like, the one that I only gave him a backhand. And what did they chased me out of the house for 5 days. I went to somebody's house. They don't turn on. It was freaking cold in Glasgow. They don't bloody horn their heater. I was freaking cold in somebody's house. I went to, and I was like, this can never be in my house. I'll be under my heated blanket.
Yeah.
I could not even take a proper shower because I was like, I will not be able to spend enough time in my shower. That was why I said I felt like a loner.
These children it's not easy, Mama Five. The thing is that I think Oyin, my namesake, she said something. I don't know if you can see it, Mama Five. The UK has, as far as I know, you would know more than me, but as far as I know, you're not allowed to chastise your child at all. They've made that law in the last couple of years. So what you're talking about in the US is, in the US,
that was it.
Exactly. So I think I get what you're saying, Oyin, but it's different here. They've made it. Before you had a degree of latitude where if as long as you're not leaving a mark or it's a little slap on the bum, it's okay. Now they've totally outlawed it. Mama Five can confirm that. Can't touch nothing. Even like slap, or they can call social services and they will carry you.
No slap, no abada, no smacking across the shoulder.
Nothing.
When I was reporting myself and the legal counsel from NF for RCM, because like I said, I have a workforce union, the Royal College of Nursing. They said, okay, explain the situation to me. And the first was like, was there an injury? Was there an imprint? I said no, there was nothing like that. And we're like, you know what? If they decide to go ahead with this case, it's going to come back to them anyway because yes, they are my trade worker union. It's going to come back to them. And what they advised me was that, you know what, it's up to you if you want to accept the caution. And yes, it was a police caution. Before, it would have been assault case. They would have charged you through the
charges to court. Yeah.
And yes, why it changed in law because this story of Baby P. I don't know if you Google Baby P story.
Baby P. I remember the train track. Yeah, I remember Baby P.
After that story happened, that the law changed, and in Scotland, it's now a law. You cannot have any physical contact whatsoever with your child. Either you are chastising, whatever, you cannot. Even when I was going through this, I was saying to one of my church friends, she was like, Mama Five, the same thing happened to me. It was a summer period. Our baby was in the pram. I know baby was crying, and she was like, oh, you know how baby mommy would say, oh, you stop your noise there. Just say like a she was in the post office, so she's not
they reported her.
They reported her. They took her to court.
Jesus, Mama Five.
Like the way reassuring me. Then she was like, oh, you should have called me now because they have a beautiful 5-bedroom. And she was like, you should have called me. I would have asked you to drive down and go. I was like, no, I just don't bother anybody with my wala. Like that 5 days, I felt alone. I felt
sorry, I didn't know you went through that. Sorry, Mama Five. That's why people need to understand.
Abby was like, Mama Five, I'm looking at a hotel. I'm doing this, and there's another sister who was like, no, there's an hotel that is 10 minutes away. Do you want to back to you? I was like, no, ladies, don't worry. I'll find my way. And then I went to a friend's house. Our house was freaking cold.
She not put hitting on. Why now? She fear bill. Did she fear bill?
Now me they pay a bill to tell her to put it in one. What was that? I can't tell her I'm not paying a bill for her.
And she refused to give her Mama Five food.
At some point, I was told to enter kitchen to go and make food for myself.
Can you imagine?
Wow, that's deep, man. That's deep.
And I don't cook over weekend, and it's only because of this trend that I cook. So there's food in the kitchen.
Okay.
Obviously, no, I was driving. I had my car, and I know that area. I just went to the area there, went to to go and eat and also bring stuff back. For the 3 days I spent in the house, I ate the first day. The first day that I went there, she cooked. I ate in the morning, in the evening, and then the following morning she cooked as well. And then the 2 days after, it was the time that evening she told me that, I normally don't cook over the weekend. I just eat whatever I see. So go and get food for yourself in the kitchen. I went to her kitchen. I'm like, where do I start from? Where do I start from? There was no food. I'm like, go and order Subway. So I was practically I mean, I was practically driving to the local supermarket in that area. I've been in East before. So there's somewhere called Glasgow Fort. So it's a massive shopping complex in the east side of Glasgow. I just drive there, get my break, my lunch, my dinner. I try and drive out of the house, just for fresh air, few hours.
Fresh air, yeah. Oh, you tried though. I didn't know you went through that. Mama 5, it's not easy. So I'm going to tell people, when people are saying that, we're trying the best we can, trying to train, especially these boys as well. But when we have laws telling us that we cannot chastise, I know hopefully Mama 5 will break it down what I mean by chastise. I don't want to say the word to trigger YouTube, but you get me when I say chastise. We're not allowed to, not at all. So understand what we're going through in the UK.
You can't do what our African parents do to us.
You can't touch them, and it's a struggle. I'm going through it. Even today, I'm upstairs because the guy and I can feel my body vibrating. I don't want to do something I regret. So he has apologized, but I'm telling you, even in real life, it's challenging for all of us, man. You need to understand. Just be very careful. Please, if your child is frustrated, walk out of the house. Go to the garden. Don't do anything you're gonna regret. So I'm begging all of you parents that are listening, please.
When I got to work and told my manager about it,
calm down, don't do that, don't say that. That's what people are saying we're going to do.
That's what we should do.
What we need to do is we need to book flights to Nigeria, beat it everywhere.
My husband was like, I'm going to send him to Nigeria. I'm like, come, I can't even make my parents go through that.
No. And the thing is,
that no.
You know what, Farmer 5? I was thinking of doing it last year, but the thing is, I'm based here. My mum is based here. My dad is even here right now. Who is going to stay with my son? So you need to, if you're thinking of people taken to Nigeria, are you even trusting the people that you're giving your children to? I don't want problem. I beg. I'm already struggling. I don't want more problem. I beg.
If you send that child back home for the fact that he's already involved with social worker, they will be interested in you. You will not come and explain yourself. Where is he?
Why did you take him to Nigeria? Exactly. You're just gonna add more problems.
At some point when I got to work, I was obviously thinking about, like I said, I already had the response back from the NMC, and I'm going to be doing a video. I'll be doing a video about that. I remember when it happened, and my manager was like, wear me. Like I said, when you see me, you're like, oh my God, this woman, she's strong, but inside of me, I'm a soft soul. Obviously, when I was my manager was like, oh my God, Wemi, and you're coming into work, people will not even have thought you're going through all of this. And she was like, Wemi, just let you know, there's a lot of support for you. We know how hard it is working, 5 kids and all of that you're an amazing, that alone reassured me that I have not done anything bad. Yeah. So when I was now dragged to the front of the head of nursing, I almost shite in my pants. Because he's the one whom the NMC for, and they gave her 24 hours to reply to that query. Because I had to go and report myself to NMC. I had to report myself to them.
Yeah, you have to, isn't it? Where you have to
tell them that this is what happened though, and they had to investigate. They contacted my manager. They contacted the social worker because they asked me for the details of the social worker.
They will check with them.
I'm going to be bringing everything that happened afterwards. They contacted them.
Please, we'll follow it. But I think your story, the thing is that most people wouldn't want to tell people this is what I'm going through. But I think you're very much like me, Mama 5. We like to use our experience to encourage someone and to say this is not what you should do. Because if your story can resonate to someone that this, don't do. Be careful. This is what happens, and it saves a parent dealing with the social services and potentially them taking your children away. I think it's something that people should listen to. A lot of people wouldn't talk about this; they'll be pretending. But I think a lot of parents are going through this.
Anyway, I was not going to hide because at some point I was like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm using this to advise people because
exactly
we can be. I mean, the social worker was saying to me that, what, Mom, I have to be honest with you. I'm dealing with a lot of African parents, and in a case like this, they will deny ever doing anything. They will deny. But in your case, you come out, you let us know why, and that was part of the comment that the NMC sent back to me that. The social worker said Mom was upfront about what happened from the beginning.
Yeah, that was the same thing with me.
I told you.
Sorry to interrupt. I know I told you my story. Yeah, when the father decided to do what he did, because my son was staying with his dad, and it happened there. Obviously, they came to me, they came to the house, they carried him. So I remember, as soon as I said to did you do it? He was doing dilly dally. So I told them, listen, it didn't happen in my house, but it happened. If you're upfront with social workers, I was so blessed that I had a really good social worker, because you have the assessment one and then an ongoing social worker when you have to do all the meetings, the panels. Yes. And I think what helped me was the fact, and I think Mama Five can testify, was that I was open. I said, listen, he did this, we did it, not me personally. What can we do to get my child back? So you have to be humble and say, if you did it, you did it. A lot of parents will lie. When you lie, you're making it worse for yourself, because that's when, exactly. So I think being open, saying, what can I do to get my child back, really helped me. And I know that you was the same. But when you try and avoid it, lie, connive, they see you as being complicit, that you're not sorry. And that's where they will come after you hard. That's when they start telling you that we're taking the child into foster care. In all my experience, my son was out of my house just for 2 weeks. And I was able to he went to my mum's. No, I didn't kick me. He went to my mum's. And obviously I can understand, because the initial investigation, within 2 weeks, I signed everything. I said, take me to parenting classes. The father will follow. I did everything that I needed to do. Within a year, they took him off they closed the case. Even though there was proof of chastisement on the father's side, but because we did what needed to get done and humbled ourselves and worked with the social workers, I got my child back. You have to work with them. That's the only way it's going to work in this country.
Absolutely. So the main core of the matter is that the law has changed, because like I was saying earlier on in the comment section, some people were being unfortunate. And like I said, if you want to turn it to a gossip, whatever, go ahead and do it, because like I said, me coming to share that story is to, help you, give you information, because you might find yourself in that situation. And if you don't approach it the way I've approached it, you will forever lose your children. That's just the way it is. People are like, there's more to this story that you're not telling us. That person that got that comment, you are just being unfortunate. I'm sorry.
You didn't leave the comments. I didn't find it, because I wanted to.
I'm gonna look for the comments as well.
I went there to go and reply comments, because you know me, I'm always fighting. No problem.
The comment is
let it go.
I want to say something. I'm going to be in touch, Honey Babe, Mama Five, and I don't know, so that it can actually be a proper conversation.
Let's do that.
About obviously I'm not married, I don't have children, but it's not for me, it's for everybody else, because it's going to be an issue. And Mom of Five, I want you to know that the difference between you and a lot of people is that you've shared your story. Same with
exactly.
A lot of people, they're going through this and they haven't come out. No one knows, because they don't have platforms to share it on. So I think it's becoming an issue, especially because
it is in our community. It is.
Even slight physical touch is not a problem. And I feel like naturally a lot of African parents are prone to touch it. It doesn't have to even be agbara, like you said. It just even be, So it's a bit confusing. I don't know.
Sorry, I know we derailed the topic, but I wanted to say one last thing, and then I'm gonna have to drop off. There was this lady, was it on Auntie B show that had the same, or was it on your show about that lady? And you saw the attitude. She was trying to embarrass the social services. It doesn't work. And what I'm saying to you, you're coming from Nigeria, where you think you can go on social media, disparage the social services, and think that you will get your children back. I don't know who advised her. And I think the problem is that people need to understand, number one, the laws in this country about chastisement, and understanding that if you do mess up as a parent, be open about it. And in terms of caution, my son's dad was never cautioned. You know the reason why? We worked with the social services. If you show humbleness and you're sorry and say, listen, I was out of control, I did certain things, I need help, they will help you. He was never cautioned. So I'm just saying that if you work with them, in my case, and not for everyone, normally they will see that you're making the effort and they will bend over backwards. They don't want to take these children for you. It's hassle. So if you're bending over backwards, normally they'll give you your child back or never take them in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Obviously, when I was speaking to the social worker, obviously I said what was going on, and I obviously told him. It was like, Mom, I have to be honest with you. Thank you for being honest with us. But because I have said that was what I agree that was what I did, that you'll have to pass it to the police, and it's up to the police to either not do anything about it or I face a charge. So, like I said, if I was lying, they would have taken it further. And also with the caution that I received, the caution was more or less like a warning, like if you drive and you beat the traffic light or something, you get a caution and go pay fine. That was basically what the police gave me. And for me, I was skeptical about accepting because of my job. I was like, okay, what's going to happen now? Does that mean I need to report myself to the NMC? Blah 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 blah. At some point, when I was taking advice, the legal advice was saying to me that if it might be an issue if you change work, because if you apply for a disclosure, it's going to be on your disclosure as assault, and then it's up to that new employer to recruit you or not recruit you. They might not have the chance to ask you what happened, why did your disclosure come out that way. So that was where I was like, okay. So obviously, normally, even when the police officer called me, the way he was having that talk with me, he felt uneasy on the phone, because it was like, on a normal day, this would have been a slap on the wrist, like, no, mom, don't do that again. But him having to speak to me, saying he was going to send me a caution, and he was very clear that, mom, if you decide not to accept that caution, and we forward your case to the prosecutor fiscal, a judge might actually charge you. They might convict you, and that is what I don't want. So now I know it's not going to happen, and you are only allowed such caution once every 3 months. So if within a 3 month, the case come back again that you don't do the same thing to your picking again, and you accumulate like 4 cautions in 3 months, you are going straight to the front of the judge, and at the time you are looking at. So for me, I was like, you know what? There was a reason why I did that, and obviously I explained his behavior at school, and I also cited an example of that child that passed away, that child that was stabbed, that they used knife on him. That boy. These people are involved in his life as well. He wants to be able to frolic the street as he likes. And when we were having this issue with social worker, my son would say he wants to go out. I mean, I'm like, going out where? At a point, we gave him the chance to go out. We told him to be back home at 7 o'clock. My son did not come home till 12 midnight. That's the kind of life he wants to be living. I'm like, not in my house. I said, not in my house. If that's what you want, pack your bag. Social worker, come and take him, because I can't shout. All of this. I even let him know that, come, I am ready for them to take you. I told him I am ready for them. My husband was like, no, try and pacify. I'm like, come here, I'm not pacifying any child. So all of that went but like I said, I had to self-refer. So I accepted the caution. I was advised that it's going to stay on my record for 2 years. After 2 years, if there's no further case that I've committed, it's going to fall off and there should not be nothing. I'm like, I can deal with that. Like I said, I love my children, but then as it is, they should allow us train our children. When I'm saying train, it's not because I'm happy doing bad both with them. No, I should be able to speak to my child and say, if you can't do that to your teacher at school, don't do it to me at home as your mom. And I also, in that video, I did say also that your children will misbehave at school, and then they'll be like, oh, mom or dad, we've sent the child home. Why are you calling me to say you send them home? You are the one who is teaching them against me discipline them. So you send the child home for me to do what with? No, you should have kept the child at school now. Let him continue that unruly behavior towards the teacher. So it's like I said, it's a long, and yes, I'm happy for us to have an open table as a have a discussion about this, because parenting is hard. And like I said, 20 years in Scotland, I have raised my children. I don't have any police record. I don't have any record with social service. The social worker told me, he said, no, the reason why we delayed this conversation, this case was because we were investigating. We were checking with the police. We were checking with social services to be sure. At some point, I was given a contact of a Nigerian who works in the social services department in Scotland. Now was telling me nonsense. I was like, woman, you are a Nigerian woman, you are a Yoruba woman. Because when I was explaining, obviously, the attitude that my son was obviously coming across with, she was saying that, even the way you are describing your son, I'm like, come, get the fuck off my phone, man. And the people that gave me the contact of this woman was like, that Mama 5, what happened? I'm like, sir, that
Mama
woman.
5, you're a joker.
Because I was like trying to hear from her what could be the outcome of this
case.
You're
trying to get advice in it, and she's behaving like that.
She was coming across to me as an Oyinbo woman. I was like,
you
madam,
think that she should always provide balance.
She should do, especially someone coming from our culture. I had a Ghanaian woman that spoke to me, and she wasn't Nigerian, and obviously I'm born and brought up here, but she understood me, because obviously, I'm going to be honest, I copied a lot of the way that my mum brought me up. And obviously she brought me up as an immigrant, as a Nigerian woman, even though, yes, I was born here. So I picked up some traits. She understood me and said, listen, you can't do that here. You should know better. You were born here. But she explained things and got me onto a lot of parenting classes she was very, very, she showed empathy. You have to listen and understand that we're coming from a different culture and we're still trying to understand the law of the land. Yes, I've been born here, but it's difficult where laws have changed. I mean, before you could do, my son is 13. When he was born, it was a different landscape. Not that I was, not that I was doing it. Sorry, I've triggered something. Not that I was doing it. But things change all the time when it comes to the UK government regarding certain things. So we need to be informed that what the laws of the land are and do actions appropriate to that. So I think we need to understand we have to find another way to discipline our children. And I'm going to be honest, I'm struggling, but I'm every day I get up and I try again.
There was a punishment that said that my parents used to give me. They would ask you to kneel down.
Kneel down. I've done that with him now. That's what I've started doing.
That's what. For me now, what I do with him, you misbehave, I take your phone off you.
Take your phone. I'm disconnecting his phone next week.
I hope they won't say that one is slavery treatment now.
No, what
if you want him to have it, let social worker come and provide it with phone and Xbox.
Now, what I've done, because he upset me today, and I was at my mum just called me to say, "Are you okay?" I run to my mum anytime I'm annoyed. You understand? So what I've done now, I'm disconnecting his phone. I will show him shaggy. School is next week. Let's see what he will use for his phone. I'm ready. Even if it's on this live show, let him watch this. He doesn't watch this one. That's what I do. I can't touch him now.
Exactly.
I'm literally disconnecting his line. How is he going to get a line? And I'm the only one that pays for his phone. So I've taken the laptop. I've changed the pin. It's going to go in my car. I've got the keys to my car. I'm dealing with him now, and I'm taking the phone. Disconnecting the line. He doesn't know. I've warned him.
At some point, he was not even eating my food. I was like, okay, my food will last longer in the kitchen then. Nobody told him to wait to start eating.
See, I think the importance of this roundtable talk is more.
Yeah.
What are the rights of the parents? I brought my
children
to any rights.
The thing is,
you said I had parental rights. I still want to know what are my parental. Where can I read more about my parental rights? In fact, with that being said, Monday I will text him again. Like,
please, we need to do the research, and
I'll do some research, but I do some research because obviously, as you know, my younger son doesn't live with me; he lives with his dad. So I have parental rights, even though his father is the major where he lives. So I know all about parental rights. We have rights, but at the end of the day, we can't chastise them.
We can't,
rights to talk.
No, you have financial, medical, obviously as a mother, like for my son, even with all his mouths and disrespect that he's given me, I'm still obligated to feed him, clothe him, financially look after him. You know what I mean? Obviously he has to be in a safe environment. I'm legally obligated to do all of those things.
I mean rights that are beneficial to you, not the parents.
There's no right there. The thing is, Abby, the issue is, right, even right now, you can't just tell them this is my son is 13. I have to ask him. I can't just say this is what you're going to do. Even in school,
that means you don't have any rights then.
There's no right.
You have rights, but the thing is, it's not Nige, and I'm not trying to be rude, but you can't just demand. I don't know whether I'm articulating myself well. Mama 5, you get me. You can't just tell them what to do. They have rights.
Okay, let me explain the reason why I asked this question.
Ricky, I don't know whether my mind is just gone kaput at the moment, what you're trying to say.
You're right, but that's the point of the conversation, that it's ridiculous that parents don't have some sort of leverage or rights. Because at some point, when she even told them the reason, Mom, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember you saying that when she told them the reason, I think you told me over the phone before you even came to YouTube ever. When they even asked you a silly question about how whether you can be able to see how he was provoked because you collected his phone, something silly along those lines. And I'm thinking, are you guys silly?
Abby, what do you mean? I had a lady that came to my house to calm me down because I'm going to be candid. We had a big family drama 2 days ago. So my mom bought a friend of mine that has 3 boys to advise me because I was doing my nut. And she said to me, like, she took the phone off her eldest, which is 21. No, which is 16. I think he's still in school. And the boy had the audacity to go to the school and say, my mom took the phone. They questioned her. She said, yeah, I'm allowed to. So what I'm trying to say to you is that they have so much rights that even going to school and mentioning that my mom took my phone, they have the audacity to call my friend, which is the mother, to say, why did you take this boy's phone? These children have rights in the UK. Even the fact that they're not even adults. it's frustrating, but I think he's trying to understand and navigate what we have, what rights parents have. And I personally believe we don't have that much in this time, because you're not allowed to discipline your own child. And when you discipline, they will ask you, you're not allowed to chastise. How do you discipline a child without chastisement? Take away their phone, take away their laptop. Does it work? Yes, in my case, because he's addicted to Roblox, but not in every case. What do you do? Exactly. When you have a child, I have a friend of mine, her daughter, he's 10, she's Caucasian. Her daughter has a boyfriend, I don't even know, has a boyfriend at 10, doesn't come home till midnight, is smashing up the place and hitting her mum. This is a 10-year-old. She's not in our culture, she's Caucasian, but I'm telling you, she can't touch her. I've told her call social services. Exactly. Because if you retaliate, you're going to be in trouble, even if you're defending yourself. So I've told her, call social services and say you're struggling with this 10-year-old child.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, it's not even unique to our community. People are going through stuff, even British, Caucasian parents, everybody's struggling.
Yes. Even when I was even discussing this topic with one of my colleagues, they were like, I think like, Wemi, are you serious? I said, yes. Then they were all looking at each other like, they're all guilty of this thing that I was talking about.
And honey, babe, you see how you're saying that you have a right to even do things that collect maybe their gadgets, whatever.
Yeah.
Even at some point, Mom of 5 was even accused of some level of provocation, because obviously the child is allowed to be angry because she took away his devices, but she paid for the device. Is everybody okay? So I don't know. It's just messed up.
It depends, because I remember my friend had a social worker at the time because there was issues, and the boy told the school. But I think it's a difference. Everyone interpret things differently. I mean, every social worker is different, but her interpretation is, as long as you're not chastising the child, you have the right, because you're the one paying the line and paying for the phone. You can take the phone away from the child. I don't know why Mama 5's social worker is saying something else. It's open to interpretation. You're dealing with human beings, so everyone's going to interpret anything differently.
Maybe if I had not taken the mobile phone off, and I was like, there was an agreement.
Exactly.
Finish a subject at school, I'm taking this off.
But you have the right to do that, as long as you're not chastising him. As far as I'm concerned, you're allowed to take the phone. It's your line. You're paying for it.
You're paying for it. Fight between him and his sibling. What can you now do? Now just go carry this out.
I really don't know. It's like I said, it's a minefield.
I said to my other kids, you know what? I might be at work, I might be anywhere, but if altercation starts, if you can take yourself away from him, take yourself away.
Yeah.
But if it's whereby you are not able to, you know what, just call the police. And I've actually said to other children as well, see if it starts with this again, don't involve yourself. All you can do is take yourself away and call the police. And so that once police call, they will not gather all of you, that the older siblings, and say, oh, you are all up against him. And I put that there. I think as much as I love each and every one of them, I did not kill my parents. No child will buy me.
Yeah, I think you have to be wise. The thing is, I'm going to be honest here. I've said this to my son recently. Listen, if you provoke me or anything happen, or you even get physical, he hasn't, I will just call police on you, because I need to protect myself. I'm not going to jail for any child. And I'm very much like Mama 5.
There's another lady I know who also have the same issue with her daughter.
Yeah.
She said to me that, do I know how many times she has actually called the police on her 16-year-old
No
daughter?
way. I haven't actually. Wow.
Maybe twice, multiple times.
Are you joking?
She's had issue with her daughter. She was the one calling police, and at some point, the daughter will also call the police on her. I was like, eh?
Yeah?
I was like, eh? So I'm just learning.
Jesus.
So she was like, no,
I'm just navigating this thing.
Yourself, like, as long as you are, in fact, even it was after all this transparent thing that was now speaking to her, she lives closer to me. She's another colleague at work, an African lady. At some point, when I left that other lady's place, the one that was not cooking for me, so I had to go over to her, because I was like, no, where she is quite far from me. When I go to work, it's about half an hour drive. So my other friend, whom I know, not really friend like that, we attend the same church together, and we've known each other for a very long time. So as at that time, she would have been the best person I would have gone to, but she was attending the wedding in Dublin, which meant that she was not available. So she came back on the Sunday, and I was meant to go back to work on Monday. So immediately she got back, oh, that's me. But she's like 10 minutes away from me. So I now drove to her house, and obviously I told her what happened. And she's like, come, don't let that bother you. That see this, she has 2 daughters. The oldest is the same age as my Her oldest is about 23, 24. Her second oldest is about 18 or 19. She was like, come, this second has been giving her issues since she was 16. That do I know how many times she, her mother, has called the police on her when they were having altercations? That do I know how many times her older sister, which means her oldest daughter, has called or both of them that come, my mom and my sister.
Oh my God.
That do I know how many times our 20-year-old or 18-year-old daughter has called the police on her being the mom? I just sat down there with I was like,
You know what, Mama Five? There's another thing I'm going to say, and I don't always say that. There's another thing I've realized. I think right now he's 13, my son, and I know that it's that age where they want to, really push their boundaries. Another thing that we need to do as parents, we need to pray. And I'm going to say that we need to pray hard for these children. I know it sounds weird because Honey Babe doesn't do that, but I'm realizing I have been praying a lot, Mama Five, in the last couple of days, because this is not normal behavior. Not like he's out of control, but I feel that we need to really go on our knees and cover these children, because being a parent in 2025 in the UK is not easy. And like I said, I'm only flesh and bone. As you know, God, he does everything. So I'm going to implore everybody that is going through what we're going through, and myself included, we need to pray more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I pray, and it's just like, I mean, obviously when all of that issue was happening, like I said, we gave him the chance to go out with his friends. We said, okay, get back home at 7 p.m. He did not come back home until 12 midnight.
What?
And at that time we were starting to worry. We called his mobile phone, and I was blaming my husband, like, come, I told you not to let him go anywhere. That is the kind of what he wants to be doing, moving about with his friends on the streets.
Yeah, the streets. Yeah, I know.
With no rope around their neck, and I'm like, come, that's not going to happen. I said the first time he allowed him go out, he came back late. He asked him to come back at 7 o'clock. He did not get home until 10 o'clock. We do our night prayers at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
He was mad. The second time again, he has to go out. He went out again. This time around 11 o'clock, and my husband started calling me. I was just looking at him like, "What's my own? Should be you are the one that asked him to go out."
You're like me, Mama Five.
I was just looking at it. It's not like business. Me, I went to bed because I'm not going to work tomorrow. I cannot stay awake. So
I my God.
Calling all of his friends. He said he was going to go. I was like, what time does cinema close? What movie is he watching for 8 hours or 9 hours? And then the third time again, you'll have thought that the first 2 times that we've allowed him to go out, he did not come back at the time we told him to come. He wants to be roaming about the streets. And I'm like, in my house, none of my children, your older siblings, none of them, ever, I never had any of this issue. So if you are going to be different, I will treat you like a goat. The second time again, he did not come back on time. My husband was the one phoning me. I was just looking. Third time again, he allowed him to go out again. This time around, his phone went off. And we had to call another friend of his who we know. And we're like, oh, I've told him that, no, you said I've told him to go home, that I'm going home. You should also go home as well. So that's a child who get blamed. He went home. So my son did not go home. We were calling him. I was not calling him because I was like, come, I told you.
And he wasn't picking up his phone. There's a thing they do. My son, they never pick up their phone. My son does.
You have finished this topic, guys, for another life.
My son was pissed off. Eventually, he came home past midnight. I said to my husband, are you going to allow? Now, I was at work yesterday. He said he was supposed to play football. So he did not come to ask me. My husband is in Nigeria. Now, he texted my husband to say he wants to go and watch food. He wants to meet with his friends after school. And then from there, he was going to go play football. Meanwhile, 2 days on Thursday, I was at work. He texted me, Mom, I don't feel well. Can I go home? I said, okay, fine. So he did not go. He came home half day from school. And then on Friday now, you are much better. You now want to go and meet your friends, go and play football. So he did not come asking me. He went to go text his dad. And his dad was like, his dad now messaged me that, come. This is what he said. And I was like, so I now messaged him that, come. But you told me you were not feeling fine the other day. You came home half day. So now you are feeling much better now to want to go and meet up with your friends and play football. I was like, I was not going to allow him go because of the past 3 times that we allowed him to go out. But then I decided that, okay, since I'm finishing work at 5:30, I'm going to be at home, right? So I said, okay, you can go because I know they finish school at 2:40. You'll probably get home about 3:30. He's going to go play football. I said, 7 o'clock, I want you back home. At the end of the day, did my son go? No. He did not go anywhere. If he's dealing with me, he respects himself. When he's dealing with his dad, behaves. He did not go out. Surprised when I got home from work, 6 o'clock, he was at home. I was like, this boy did not go out. I didn't ask him. I just pretended as if I did not notice that he did not go anywhere. Me. Oh, okay.
We can talk, Abby, we can talk about this for hours. But honestly, I think it's really good to have something like this because I think it's good for us. Because I think sometimes when you're sometimes you think you're isolated. It's just you going through. Because even me, and the funny thing, ever since my son has turned 13, which was February, it's like he's become a different a different person. I don't know whether it's that 13-year-old whatever, but it's interesting hearing your own take, Mama Five, and I hope that this type of thing helps other people, because I'm realizing I'm not the only I'm not the only one.
Like I said, that was why I said in that video that whoever watched that, were you expecting something different? That they no, it's there to educate. If you like, it's like I said in the comment section, some people are being unfortunate. And I'm just going to read their comment to make a stupid video of themselves. So someone here said, I live in Moscow, Russia. Here it's illegal for an underage to be outside later than 10 o'clock.
Fantastic.
That's so cool. Another 2 girls were out of the street at maybe 2 a.m. or something, and a Nigerian man saw one of them and kedewad one of them in her mouth. Yes. Apparently, one of them lied that he's 16. Meanwhile, she's 12 years old. So one of them.
Oh my God! Even younger than my son. Are you kidding me?
The older one ran away. So this Nigerian guy, he just got a new job. He was out celebrating. I think it happened in Norfolk. I'm going to bring that. So I don't know how to do the word so that YouTube doesn't make it a video of.
Yeah.
So it was at the bus stop when he saw 2 of them, and it was like, obviously, apparently this Nigerian guy was drunk. Obviously, he was celebrating a new job, and they decided to go out and drink, and then he saw the 2 of them at the bus stop. So they asked them for their age. They claimed that they are 16. One of them left. The other one waited. And the other one that waited, a guy Nigerian man come on cucumber and put it in her mouth. Yes, so that way, now the guy entered jail. There's a channel here who's already done the story, but for me, I'm still trying to develop it. So I don't know if I want to do it as a live stream or something, but you can imagine, what is a 16-year-old? Meanwhile, she lied that she's 16, but she's 12. In the court, when the case went to court, they found out that she's a 12-year-old. What's a 12-year-old doing outside by 2 a.m.?
Exactly. I mean, even though obviously he's pushing his boundaries, he will. He has never ever. He doesn't. He dare not. He dare not leave. He's even home before 6. So he hasn't got to that. He hasn't got to that level.
Now, I've told my own now that if you want to go out, it's fine. As long as you back home before we do our night prayers. Our night prayers is 9 o'clock. As long as you are back home before then. If you want to go like me now, tell me why. Give me a reason why I should allow him go out. When we gave you 3 chances of you to go out and you should not come back. The 3rd time, his dad was everywhere. At some point, he was driving down to his friend's house that he said he was going to go. Me, I was just looking. That I have not sorted my own case with social services. I am not going to add another one. I am not about to add another one. And he was like, oh, just go to bed. I will sort it out. And I said, sort it out, oh. Sort it out. Because my hands are off. Anyway, guys, that's the experience there. Like I said, yes, we need to have a bigger roundtable about this discussion. And when that will be, I don't know. Abby is in your
Abby is in your hands, oh.
No
Abby is in your hands.
I'm going to contact everybody and figure out the other. We also need men, don't we? So
yeah, we need men, because I definitely agree. It's really funny, Abby. I wasn't on the show about, what's that guy, Jim Ike. I used to like him, Jim Ike said. Okay, but I do agree. I do agree because, like I said, I've got 2 boys. And like I said, my eldest, if it wasn't for the dad, being there, it would have been a different story. Let me tell you the truth. The dad is being there and he's doing what he's supposed to do. You can imagine if the dad wasn't there. It's not easy trying to teach a boy in this country. So it's very important that the men are there as well. So they should be on this topic as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, no worries. And I also wanted to say, that whole thing they used to do back in the day where they send kids back to Nigeria to finish secondary school and then come here.
Yeah.
Gen Z and Alpha, they're actually going to finish also. Finish parents. I'm not part of them. They will finish parents because these people now know they can go to British High Commission.
It's not going to work. I already discussed that here, Abby. He knows. They
know, Abby.
Because obviously you guys know I went to secondary school in Nigeria. Do you know how many kids that came from the UK or America
really?
That I went to secondary school with? Like, it was so common when I was growing up for parents to send the kids back. So even because I'm obviously borderline Gen Z and millennial, so I'm older Gen Z. So it was so common for us. Every small we just hear one kid with one British accent, American accent, and this one just came back. This one just came back. It was so common, especially if you went to like private schools. And then now hearing that the younger kids, if you try it,
They will call police on you.
They knew how to go to the British High Commission or American consulate.
I shared the story of that Ghanaian boy.
You shared the story of that boy, didn't you? And the funny thing is that
they're about to overturn it, that he should be back to, they should bring it back to the UK.
No way.
I think they're going to hear that case maybe in a couple of weeks or something. I'm keeping my eye on it because I'm interested in the story. Because like I said, my son, I told him that I was like, I thought about sending him to Nigeria. My son, my husband,
me too.
Let's send him to Nigeria, and I'm like, come, he knows. If you tell him, let's
he
go,
knows. He probably go. He would tell the school, and the next thing you know, social services. You know what's funny, Abby? I should have been one of those kids that I should have gone to secondary school, but my dad said no. So I should have been one of them. I didn't end up going. I think they got me a place in Ibadan and everything, and then somehow my dad said no. My eldest child is not going. So I unfortunately would have been one of those British kids that would have been going to high school, but I didn't end up going.
Monday would that be very sad on Monday morning with British accents? Oh,
can you imagine? Well, you know the funny. I agree with you, Mama Five, that these kids, even if you were to send your son to your kids to Nigeria and you say, oh, again, the next thing you know, they've texted about 10 people. One of them would have told the teacher will be calling you. So it's not, you can't, exactly. You see what I'm saying?
They're all on Snapchat, on TikTok.
Exactly.
Before you know it, the school, the police will be at my door.
It's by the you will reach the airport.
Where is and I'm like,
from the airport, that's how they will catch you these days.
Exactly, Abby. So it's not, if like I said, even if you say it, it's gone through so many social media, the school's got it, they meet you at the airport, you're finished. Yes. It's not like it used to be.
Exactly. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's all prayers and gentle parenting.
Definitely.
I have learned, especially when I know of the impacts to my job. Yeah, but yes, like I said, I'm going to bring a concluding part of that video. Like I said, I heard from the NMC, and then moving forward, their decision and what situation that has left me. So I'm going to be sharing all of that. I'm going to church tomorrow, so when I'm dressed up, I'll do it.
Can I say something? So if my dad had allowed me to go, would we have been in the same school? I was just asking, Oyi, because it seems so. Yeah, because he's saying that, and my dad got me. I can't remember the name of the school, but it was a school in Ibadan, and I'm thinking we could have ended up being in the same school.
Right. So anyway, Abby said we should not finish all the topic. We have finished all the topic.
It's true. I'm done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Honey Babe, so much, and I hope everything gets better. I know with parenting, we can't run away from it. These are part of the things that as a parent, we know you have to deal with. The prayer is that God should give us children with soft hearts that we'll be able to speak to, and that they'll be able to see the reason why we are speaking these things to them. That's my prayer, that no, call on Fumini or Moti or Komon Tutu. So I'm like, that is, God should provide my children with a soft heart, that when I'm telling them, or maybe showing them the experiences of life, because I think, who was that person in the comment section that dropped me a comment earlier on? I see you earlier on that you came in. Where are you again? I'm trying to find her name now. I think she has left. She dropped a comment for me. Sami Zam, I saw your comment earlier on that we teach them mannerism. We should call it mannerism rather than teaching them or something. And in the comment section, so people are already saying that. Obviously the title I used has made some people think that I am saying that social workers are targeting African. Like, some people, they just watch the video. Yeah, just watch the video and then you understand where I'm coming from. Anyway, with that being said, so the prayer is that we should keep praying for our children, that they should have a soft heart, that when we speak to them, they will be able to sieve that information that we've given to them, that, oh, what my mom is saying to me, like, okay, I don't want you working late at night. Look at your friend that was unalived by GNG, who was only 15 years old. Do I want to end up in such situation? I better listen to my parents, and as parents as well, we need to keep praying for them. Like, parenting is not easy. Like I said, I'm dealing with a 15-year-old now. My 21-year-old is giving me an dad attitude as well. And me, I'm just like, you know what, girl? I'm not like hands off. I am talking. If you say I no longer know how to talk. If you say that what I'm saying does not make sense, okay. You are an adult now, right? Yes, but all I can do on my own is keep going on my knees and praying as well. And yes, like I said, I was speaking to another African person who was introduced to me. She works with the social services, and I was just trying to take advice from her that what would be the outcome of this. And when I was even describing the behavior of my son, the way she was making me sound as if I was a bad parent, I was like, Auntie, get the F off my phone, man. I blocked that straight away. And the people who gave me a contact, I said to them that no, tell that auntie That one, she don't lost though. She don't saw no for this country. I don't think I really want to speak to her, and I'm super happy that I went in the way I went with this case. And yes, like I said, there's going to be a concluding part of that video. I'm going to try and make that video tomorrow, and you guys will probably watch it sometimes during the week. And with that being said, yes, I know there was a story we started with, but we ended it with, it was Sunday. It was Sunday that changed the story this evening for us. Sunday, you are the one that changed the story for us. Abby, we need to go and find Sunday. Sunday was the one that changed the story for us. He was the one that changed it.
Saying well done now. Hey.
I mean, I really love the fact that a lot of people have. A lot of people will obviously learn from this. So it was only that.
I also want to say that I think it's important that people just don't take the caption and run with it.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of the comments are based off of the caption.
The caption.
And captions are supposed to be catchy so that you can watch the video.
You can watch exactly.
But there's more details in the video. So
exactly. That's what some people don't understand about content creation. Like, you don't know how content creators work. So these are part of the things. No, I don't normally. I think this is the second or third videos I've done that had like a catchy. I intentionally put that title there. I intentionally put that catchy title there. I intentionally did it. The reason is I watched this video.
Like I said earlier, it's very easy to judge when you're not in the situation.
Yeah.
And like I said, people can only judge a story because it's out there. Some people go through worse, and the only difference is they don't have a platform to share. I think it's very important to remember that there's no manual to parenting. Everyone is just learning as they go. So at the very least, it's just best to keep, put encouraging comments up, and if you have any experiences, share and let people know how you handled it, rather than being judgmental, because you just never know. It is tough being a parent, especially here, and especially when you've been brought up very differently. Exactly. I mean, for someone like Mom of Five that's in her 40s, that's been brought up in Nigeria, her idea of parenting is very different. So she has to catch herself a lot. You heard Honey Babe say stuff like, she would say, if I, and then she has to catch herself because that's what she grew up hearing.
Exactly.
So it's not easy. So just be, encouraging, be empathetic. Don't just be judgmental. That's what I'm going to say. So
thank you so much, Abby,
have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you so much. Like we said, there's going to be a bigger roundtable. Like other people, we are going to do like a proper roundtable. Like, guys, I think we should draw a poll, and Abby's going to sit to that. We're going to talk about this. Talk about it, and let's be like, there's no point hiding it. I'm in my safe place. This is my page, and yes, I want to share. I'm sharing this story because there are people who are actually going through these things and they're not speaking about it. And for the fact that I went through it, I was one of those people that said I can never have issues with social worker, and then it happened. So yes, I just want people to learn the story. Learn from it. Take the steps. Example. Me, obviously, whatever that happened to me might not be something you're interested in, but look at the steps that I went through. Like, it happened really quick. From social worker coming to the house, me being asked to leave my house 5 days, and when I realized that I was a loner, that I don't actually have a friend that come if I need to crash out somewhere for a few days. I don't actually have anybody in my community. I don't. So maybe I need to socialize more, maybe. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being part of this lifestyle. I know we started with the case of interracial relationship to parenting as the spirit led. The spirit led us, and that was how we flowed. That was how we flew with the case here. So if you're watching this video again, please take the lessons in all of what we've discussed, from the interracial relationship to parenting. And if you've not yet watched that video, it's on my community tab. Go watch it, share it. And like I said, and just like Abby said there, the title was made catchy intentionally, and it was made that way so that you can actually watch it, look at the lessons in the story, and then run with the lesson in the story rather than the title. I actually copied that title off another person's video. She did something similar, and I think her name is Tochi Esther. She interviewed somebody who actually had an issue like that. So I actually copied that title from her page, and I'm like, let me try this title. And yes, people who are already, so it just goes on to show that some people, it's titles they look at times. They don't often watch a video to learn the lessons that are in there. And yes, like I said, you might see me now with my face, you're like, hey, this woman, a wala woman, but then I've got a very soft heart. You just need to know me. Okay? And with that being said, Ray-Ban A high metal glasses is on the rise now. I'm buying myself one because I'm going to Nigeria soon, and I'm ready for I don't want any shenanigans. So I'm going to be I'm going to place an order for that Ray-Ban glasses. We are getting salary next week. That Ray-Ban glasses, I must buy it. I think it's £299. If any of you want it and you want me to buy it in the UK and bring it to the UK, DM me. Go to Ray-Ban website and see how much they are selling it, so that when you are sending the money to me, you are sending me the exact money. I don't want story. So Ray-Ban, Showore, I think Ray-Ban should make Showore their ambassador. For me, I am getting one of those glasses. Yes, because you can just watch, you can just put it on and be recording everything that's happening in Nigerian airports, just to keep yourself safe. With that being said, thank you so much. Shola Ayeton, you're welcome here. I see you guys there. If you're new to my channel, I hope you take the lessons based on all the things we discussed tonight, and there are other videos on my channel as well. I'm sure you'll find something that you gravitate towards. Like I said, all of the new faces, you are welcome. I appreciate you all. I don't take you for granted at all. And like I said, I'm a mom of 5 years in the UK. I've stayed in Scotland for 20 years. I am a married mom. I've got 5 children. My youngest is 13 years old. My oldest is 21. I've got 3 girls and 2 boys. So I have the onions. I know my onions. I know what I'm talking about. And with that being said, I don't know the flavor of the onion, so I don't know it all. Okay, I'm learning. I learn off other people, and I want other people to learn off me as well. But if you want to use my story to do saga, you are in the field on your own. With that being said, thank you so much, guys, and I shall see you guys later. All right, have an amazing night wherever you are. Bye.